Hello, homies. Welcome to episode 22 of Into the Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Bizzle, and I'm joined...
Couldn't even make it through, could you?
I'm joined by my host, Ryan Chisel. Say hello, Ryan.
I thought you were going to go for Rizzle.
Oh, what?
Rizzle Chisel.
How are you?
Even better now.
I'm working on my rap.
Yeah, your rap career. You were on about this earlier. You're going to take off and make it big.
Yeah, because apparently this podcast isn't paying the bills. So I'm thinking maybe only
20,
rap's the way forward.
How many episodes? You literally just said how many episodes. 22?
22.
And we're not
there yet.
We're not quite there yet. So you're going to go rap as well.
I'm thinking maybe a rap career. I don't know, maybe some like Z-list fucking horror film, something like that.
Oh, you know that'd be great. That'd be your jam. You know you'd love going to work every day.
Oh God, absolutely.
Like, what am I going to do today? Get killed by some horrific murderer.
And then write some rap songs.
And then write some rap in between takes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to save the world and not let people hear my rap music, please like, follow, subscribe.
I don't think we're supposed to be encouraging people to
shit. Yeah, people are going to stop following us now, aren't they? Till we get to 0.
Because people want to see you in Z horror rapping.
Seriously though, I'm serious now.
Yeah,
please
serious. He's got a serious face on.
Subscribe. And seeing us, I mean, you're listening to us through a podcasting app anyway. You've got to be listening to us. So leave us a little review while you're on there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. You can review on Spotify. A lot of people don't know that.
Exactly. And actually, people also might not know, reviews on Spotify are what gets us seen.
Yes.
So when we get reviews, when we get, stars, hopefully good stars.
Hopefully.
But, hasn't got to be, but please do. Then obviously we're pushed in more people's faces. People might give us a listen.
Yeah.
So whilst you're on there, please just leave us a review. Give us some stars. Tell us you love us. If you don't like us on social media already, do that. We have a YouTube channel, but don't bother with that. We don't do anything with it.
No.
So, how are you, mate? Tell me.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
It's been so long.
It has been a long time. And as the listeners probably realise, this episode is a couple days late.
It is. So we chatted earlier at work, and I sort of said to you, it feels like forever since, 1, we've done a podcast, and 2, since we've done just a standard podcast, because it was Drew, we had Oscars.
So it's been a few weeks.
Has been a few weeks. So, yeah. So I'm going to tell you why the episode was late.
Go on.
You and me, we could only match up for one day in the week, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Both very busy boys. So we set our day for recording, and unfortunately, so that was supposed to be Wednesday. Unfortunately, Tuesday, my kiddo ended up in A&E, and Wednesday we had to go back to A&E for an appointment. Now, I obviously put on Facebook, family emergency. Didn't quite realise until the comments, really nice comments, like, shit, that sounds like it was bad. It really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. So basically, my poor child, she's 5 years old, she said to her mum, I ain't feeling well. Like, I'm feeling a bit dizzy, I'm feeling sick. So her mum was like, come on in, sweet, let's get you bath, get you to bed, whatever. Found a fuck off tick behind her ear.
Yeah.
Now, bearing in mind, this would have been on a Tuesday. We can only assume she got it from the farm park that she went to on the Saturday. So that bad boy had been sucking for a while.
Yeah.
So Jasmine managed to get it off, but unfortunately left it says online that a lot of the time the mouth stays.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Yeah. So she had to take her to A&E on the Tuesday night. They couldn't get it out, so they made us an appointment for the Wednesday. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the worry was, because she might had to have it cut out. I was like, at least if we're both there, it's a little bit exciting for her, like, oh, get to see Daddy on a Wednesday, because I don't normally have her on a Wednesday. If they do have to cut it, then,
yeah.
But, they were really digging around, and she was such a brave girl. And in the end, mate, because they couldn't do fuck all with it, they got me to Google what happens if we leave it in.
What?
Yep. The nurse got me to Google what happens when we leave it in.
Oh, God.
I found the answer, and she went, okay, you can leave now.
Wow.
I'm not even joking, mate.
Fucking hell.
That is our NHS right there.
Oh my days. That's horrendous.
It's bad, isn't it? You know what? And the thing is as well, I couldn't be that mad because she was a very lovely woman and she was really good with Little. But you know when you're just like, oh, for fuck, come on.
You can't make it up sometimes.
Yeah, her mum, bless her, over 2 days has spent like 8 hours in A&E. Because when we got there as well, the appointment was 5:30. They didn't make the appointment, so we didn't get in for like 2.5 hours. It was an absolute joke. So yeah, basically, most people take their kids into A&E because of bumps, bruises, scratches, all this sort of stuff. I take mine in for parasites. That's just what happens.
Yeah, well, you know, at least she's all right.
She's fine.
That's the main thing. And could have had the new Wren.
Well, this is it. And the worst thing about it is, obviously, if I would have found out she would have had a tick this time 2-3 months ago, I'd have been like, and dogs get ticks all the time. Why are we making a big deal out of this? But obviously, we're massive into Wren.
I know, yeah.
And as soon as I heard tick, I was like, shit, she's got Lyme's disease.
Yeah, that's the worry, though, isn't it? I feel like it's becoming more and more prevalent. The whole tick thing. And I know quite a lot of people get really anxious about it because, well, Lyme's disease is fucking terrifying. There's no cure for it, and it's just horrendous.
So, I'm assuming, because obviously I don't know too much about the Wren situation. I'm assuming, like when Spider-Man got bit, he could do all the cool shit. I'm assuming when Wren got bit, he could play the guitar. So I just gave Bobby a guitar to see if she's got that superpower, and she hasn't.
Not well, it might take a while for it to filter through.
Yeah, I thought she might be. Isn't there a superhero called Tick Man or something like The Tick?
The Tick.
There's
the
TV
Tick.
show.
Yeah, there's a TV show. Yeah.
Oh, she could have been The Tick.
The Tick.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe Wren was bitten by a guitar playing tick.
Oh yeah, good point.
So like maybe you get the power of what the tick does.
Doing. Makes sense, because the tick that bit her was really fucking annoying as well. I'm joking. I love my child. Yeah, so it is great to get together, and I'm really glad. Obviously, you messaged me, I think it was Sunday night, saying, look, I feel shit we haven't got an episode out. I was like, yeah, me too. You said, let's get together Monday, which I couldn't do, unfortunately. So we're out tonight. We're getting this out there. We just want to chat bollocks to you all. Yeah. Everyone was so nice when I popped that message out as well, saying that wasn't going to be out in time. Everyone was really nice and sending their love, which is, thank you. Maybe I shouldn't have been so fucking dramatic online, but thank you so much.
It's the truth, though, wasn't it? It was a family emergency, having to take your kids to the hospital. It's it is one of those things. At the time, it's scary.
Oh, God. A&E is shit
and
anyway,
it's
but
just,
with a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Nightmare, man.
Although, fucking really weird, man, whilst I was there, right? So, obviously, there was me, her mum, and Littlin. And me and, when you people watch.
Oh, I people watch all the time.
Yeah, so me and Bobby's mum was just watching this orderly with a Hoover.
Right.
And honestly, there was nothing behind the eyes, mate. Nothing at all. He just kept Hoover in the same spot. And he didn't give a fuck. He was just smashing into people's feet and this anyway. It was like, but we found it hilarious. It was like, this guy doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting his paycheck. He's going home. Like, I really respected this man.
Don't blame him, yeah.
He went on it for about an hour. And then he disappeared, and we were like, oh, he's gone. Fuck it. We joked that man literally could be replaced with a Roomba. Like, it's the same personality sort of thing. And anyway, then he comes out 10 minutes later with a mop. Same thing. Didn't give a splashing shit up people's legs and this, that, and the other. And like I say, so after about 2 hours of just the hoovering and the mop, there was one part next to a chair where somebody clearly spilt a coffee that he'd still not cleaned. There was just fucking coffee everywhere. Oh, God, honestly, I love people watching so much.
Yeah,
and this guy just
too.
Gave me everything I needed. He was just didn't give a shit about anything or anyone. I don't give a fuck how ill you are. I don't care that your eye's falling out. Get out my way. There's a spot of dirt there. Never mind that coffee cup.
Yeah.
That coffee on the floor. We're smashing this.
No, yeah. Amazing. What a guy.
What a guy. I loved him. So, Drew was on last week.
It was. It feels like a lifetime ago, though, again, because obviously we're a bit behind. And 2 weekends ago now for us.
Well, it was, yeah.
And we were hanging that episode.
It was, I'm going to be honest, that Sunday was possibly the worst hangover I've had, if not ever, as long as I can remember.
Really?
I still felt like I shouldn't drive to work on Monday.
Yeah, I was terrible Monday. I was so tired. And I just felt a bit, not like not like sick, but you know when you feel like I'm just not right. I'm just not firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah, you know you look like shit. You feel like shit.
That is how I felt Monday.
I think it was all the same one.
Yeah, Max was the same. Like I left here on Sunday, and it was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day, so I had to go straight to my mum's house from here. Then went on a walk, which actually I think helped me because getting outside. Fresh air, where Drew's just stayed at the house and just slept. So I did feel better, but then I didn't get home till like 5:30.
Oh my god!
So I was just like, it was a long old day.
It was, wasn't it?
Long old day. Great night.
Great night.
Drank way too much.
Fucking, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But, my god.
Again, we've had a lot. I don't know about you, but some nice feedback about how us being hungover brought a different element to it, and people quite like that. But
yeah.
I don't want to do that again. So sorry, listeners. We're not going to be doing that again, hopefully.
I've got to say, it's really weird. So I recorded that the whole time don't get me wrong. We was hanging. We'd had more issues with the recording. We couldn't
get the sound to work properly, could we?
So that whole episode, in my head, I was like, this is shit.
This is just a write-off, wasn't it, in a way?
I didn't want to put it out. And I actually felt, I beat myself up a little bit because I wanted Drew on for so long. Yeah. Drew wanted to come on for so long. And the listeners really wanted Drew. Yeah,
and we'd had that weekend planned for a few months. So it's been in the bank for a while.
Yeah, and I felt like I let us all down. One, even though there's nothing I could have done, of course we're gonna drink. Of course we're gonna fucking, have technical issues when we least expect it. But I just felt shit about it. And I'll be honest with you. So Sunday I didn't bother editing. Yeah. I just basically made sure that all the clips were sat together nicely and just banged it up because I was too hungover. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh God, like we're not going to hear much about this. Everybody loved it.
I know, yeah.
Which made me, because I was like, I normally listen to the episode back. Just one, right, what was the content? Because my memory's shit. What was the content? What am I physically laughing at that we could do more of?
Yeah, what works and what doesn't work.
Is the sound okay? Does the edit sound okay? Because I'm only going to learn by listening. Yeah. And I avoided that like the plague. So when people said it's really good, fuck, it was good.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was like a relief, wasn't it? When people said they enjoyed that. But again, because we've been looking forward to Drew coming on for so long. And he's funny. He's got great stories. And it's like, it had all the elements to be the best episode, but then it was just done it like you said in the worst possible way. We were like, I was still drunk when we started.
Oh yeah, and this is the thing. Would it have been as good if we would have done it sober?
Yeah, you just don't know.
You don't know, do you?
Yeah, it was one of them where I listened back to it as well, and I was thinking like, mainly because I was like, I can't remember half the stuff we talked about.
I know, yeah.
Like it was just a blur for me. I do very clearly remember though when we got the snacks, I was like, I need that. Those McCoy's crisps, I did demolish. They were the only thing keeping me going. I was getting to that point where I was like, because it must have been lunchtime, and we'd had no food.
It's about 11.
We'd barely eaten the day before. I was like, I'm hungry now, and I'm flagging here. So,
and that, I mean, obviously our mastication on the episodes and chewing away normally goes on for a little bit too long. This went on for too long. Then Drew had to go find the beers, which he couldn't find. It went on forever, just you and me going,
save me, crisps. Bring me life.
But honestly, Drew was amazing. He was so funny. I know he was quite nervous about coming on. We'll definitely have him on again because I think people really enjoyed it.
Yes, definitely. We'll get some more songs and stuff as well.
Yeah, and he's got some amazing stories.
Oh, his stories are fantastic.
Because again, I forgot. I've heard these stories before. I'd never heard the Frenchman story, which I pissed myself re-listening to that story. But I'd heard a lot of them stories before, and they never don't make me laugh.
That's it.
They always make me laugh.
Yeah, it was great. And yeah, so thanks for all the love and support on that one. It was really good. I really, really appreciate it. I know Drew loved that as well because, like you said, he was so nervous, bless him. So nice that it worked out.
Yeah, very nice because it could have gone bad.
Yeah.
It could have gone bad, but he had a great time, and it was on the first couple of days, obviously, I look at our statistics and our numbers. It was the highest listened episode in the first couple of days that we've done so far.
Wow, there you go.
So people wanted Drew.
Yeah,
people
don't blame
Drew.
them.
You can't fucking blame them, and you're going to get more of him.
Yeah, we need to bring Drew back.
Obviously, he's off back armying now. So
yeah, he's moving to a different base, isn't he? So his life's up in the air a little bit, and we've got some ridiculously busy months coming up.
God, the next 2 months are madness.
Yeah, just saying, I don't think I have a single free weekend in May. April's pretty much chock-a-block.
Yeah.
It's going to be, busy times.
It is going to be busy. So have you got anything exciting in the next couple of months?
Well, I had something booked in, and now I don't know if it took you a while to remember because you also have the same thing booked in that you bought tickets for when we were drunk on that Saturday night. We're going to Comic-Con.
We are going to Comic-Con. So I remembered this about 6 hours after you left when I went for a sit-down week because I was that hungover. I couldn't bring myself to stand-up week, and I was flicking through my phone and I got an email from Comic-Con. And I was like, thinking it was Lincoln Comic-Con that I went to last year.
Yeah,
and no, it was Wales Comic-Con.
Wales Comic-Con. Yeah,
and I was
just
like, why are they emailing me? Oh, I bought tickets last night. Apparently, could not fucking remember when.
Because when we were having pizza.
Anything. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah,
but do not remember. So I bought. So for those of you that kind of know our little universe and our friends from listening, Max, who has been on,
he was our first guest.
He was indeed. I bought tickets for me and him. I went bowling with him and a few friends on last Thursday.
Yeah,
and I sat down and Max looked at me really weird. I've not seen him since that night. And he went, "Are we going to Comic-Con?" I went, "Yes, Max." He said, "Do I owe you money?" I was like, "It was 20 quid, mate. Don't worry. Like you bought tickets for what we're doing this weekend, so I've got your back," sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think everyone there was kind of like, they was expecting him to bail, but Max is so like up for anything at the minute.
He is, which is great.
Sound, we're going to Comic-Con then.
Yeah.
So I actually got this up. So why did you buy tickets to Wales Comic-Con?
Well, I've been before. I went last year to Wales Comic-Con with a couple of my mates, Kyle and John, and I had a great time. I've done some Comic-Cons in the past, so and it had an insane guest list last year. It was literally like from Lord of the Rings, there was probably about 10 or 12 major characters. Not even like bit part players, you know, like the Hobbits were there, like Faramir, Eowyn, like Brad Dourif, you know, Green Wormtongue, not just like big characters. Andy Serkis, you know what I mean? Like massive names. So that for some reason, it's dubbed as Wales Comic-Con, even though it's in Telford, which is in England. Yeah. But they seem to get insane guests. So we sort of like always keep an eye out. But this year, the guest list, I wouldn't say is not as good as that one, but there's still some absolutely quality names.
Yeah.
So Lord of the Rings wise, Sean Astin's going, who plays Samwise Gamgee.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, massive in loads of other stuff in here, like The Goonies, and
of course,
it really disappoints me when people now refer to him as Bob from Stranger Things.
I know, yeah.
He's Sam. He's Samwise Gamgee.
Don't get me wrong.
Bob's a great character. Love Bob,
but still,
no Sam.
Yeah.
Big one for me. Michael Biehn.
Michael Bihn's going to be there.
Michael Biehn. So those that don't know who Michael Biehn is, he was like the action star of the 80s in a lot of ways. Not on the same level as like Arnie or Sly or whatever, but he was in, you know, Kyle Reese in The Terminator. He was Corporal Hicks in Aliens. He was in things like The Abyss. And he's been in loads of big films, hasn't he, over the years, like Tombstone, The Rock. And I absolutely love him. Two of my all-time favourite film characters are Kyle Reese from Terminator and Hicks from Aliens.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was going, I was like, oh my God, it's like my childhood hero is going.
So you immediately got tickets to meet, greet, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Last year, I've always begrudged buying tickets to like, you know, like paying to get a photo with someone or get a signature. I'm always a bit like, I don't really like it. It's a bit forced, or do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it just didn't quite sit right with me. But then last year when we went to Comic-Con and Kyle and John, who I went with, they'd pre-booked tickets. So they pre-booked to see like James Masters, who's like Spike from Buffy and stuff, because they're massive fans.
James Masters,
and a couple of others. And then on the day, I was like, I don't know who to go for, especially because I was spoiled for choice. You know what I mean?
God.
Like, you know,
biggest Lord of the Rings fan ever. Yeah,
exactly. I'm suddenly like, oh my God, if money was no object, fine, I would have had a picture with every single one of them. Anyway, I ended up having a picture from no one from Lord of the Rings. I went for Summer Glau, who's from Firefly and Serenity. And it was just a lovely experience. She was so nice. Like, she was incredible. Like, went and spoke to her afterwards. She, like, literally talking about her holiday, and I introduced her to us to her sister and stuff. We were chatting for a good long while, but mainly because it was near the end of the day. She didn't have a massive queue, and she really invested. And it was like, came away absolutely buzzing. Like, that was incredible.
Yeah, you meet someone that you love, and they're just amazing.
And it's one of them, like, it's everything you'd hope for in those moments.
Yeah.
So then it was like a case of like, you know what? Sod it. If I'm going to do it, just embrace it. And then sometimes it's like, if I get a chance to meet some of the cast from Lord of the Rings, especially the main ones, like this time, Sam Gamgee, who Sean Astin, just seems like a great guy.
So have you got?
I've got a photo opportunity with him and Michael Biehn, because I was like, plus Michael Biehn must be getting on now. He's in his 60s.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, I don't know. Like I said, if money was no object, fine, I'd go for a picture with everyone. But I've been very selective. So I've gone for them, and then at the last minute, they added Nathan Fillion to the roster. The very last minute.
Yes, boy.
And I fucking love Nathan Fillion. Again, a massive Firefly and Serenity nerd. But he's gone straight to the top billing.
He has, yeah.
And which means he's the most expensive one to get a picture with. And I'm like, I've already booked to see like these two guys, and I'm like, quite like maybe to get a signature. And I'm like, I'm sure he's the most expensive one by a long way. He's like,
is the signature more expensive?
No, the signatures are cheaper, but I mean, he's more expensive than
No, so you've got to pay on top to get a signature?
Oh, yeah.
Even though you've paid for a photo?
Yeah, because the photo's set in a separate place.
Right, okay.
So the photo is like a professional photo opportunity. It's not like it's not like getting a selfie with them. It's done by a professional photographer with like a proper like
Comic-Con background type.
Yeah, well, it's like when I went last time, it was just like a white screen. So, and then like they do your proper like professional like print out and stuff.
Okay.
So if you want a signature, it's separate. Yeah, that's when you go up to the tables.
Yes.
So like the photo ops are like pre-booked things. Some of them do let you pay for like a selfie, I think, at the same time. Okay. Like you can do like a combo. Like, I'll get a signature and a selfie for like whatever. But then I was like, can I justify going to get a picture with Nathan Fillion? He's a little expensive as well. It was like 90 quid to get a picture with him.
Fucking hell.
And I'm like, fucking hell, it's so much money just to get a photo with some bloke. That's, at the end of the day, he's just some bloke that's on the telly. So I'm probably not going to do that. But to put it in context, so that seems expensive. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a Star Wars celebration. I think it's the weekend before down in London. Massive Lord of the Rings cast going. Like Ewan McGregor's going, Hayden Christensen's going. Guess how much it is for a photo with Ewan McGregor?
150?
280 quid.
Fuck, man.
It's fucking
That is ridiculous,
nuts.
Yeah.
If you want to get a picture with him and Hayden Christensen, so Obi-Wan and Anakin, I'm sure it's just shy of 500 quid.
Fucking hell.
And it's like, fuck off. Like, Star Wars fans get absolutely ripped off.
Of course
and
they
all
do.
the comments on it, like, not going, fuck this. You're just outpricing people. We're in a fucking financial crisis and you're doing this and blah, blah, blah. So then I was suddenly like, 90 quid, so cheap. Like,
that's nothing compared to Obi-Wan. You're going to then, yeah?
No, I'm not.
Damn it.
I'm really not. As much as I'd love to. Like I said, if I was fucking minted, not a problem.
Oh, God, you wouldn't think twice,
I wouldn't think twice, but I'm not in that privileged position. But anyway, it's a great day out, even if you don't get pictures. There's loads of cool stalls. There's loads of nerdy stuff.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. But it'd be cool just to go around to just see them.
Oh yeah, you can just see them and what? Yeah.
I went to the Lincoln one, which is tiny.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice just to go have a walk around, see what's going on. You know me and nerdy shit. So I'll probably pick up some comic books while I'm there.
Oh yeah, there's loads of stuff like that. Like I've picked up some really nice art prints and stuff in the past.
Oh yeah, I got the Stranger Things one from the last one I went to.
Yeah. I got some. I think the Wales one from last year. I got some really nice like Studio Ghibli stuff. Like
nice,
looks really cool.
So a couple of other people cast. To be there, we've got Alexander Ludwig.
Oh yeah, there's loads of Vikings casts
loads
going.
Of Vikings. Who else? Just thinking about people that I'd be interested in seeing. Obviously, Michael Biehn. Bernard Hill's going to be there.
Yeah.
Bruce Hopkins.
Yeah.
Sylvester McCoy.
He's Radagast, isn't he, from the Hobbit films, and he was a Doctor Who.
He was a Doctor in like a film or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is at every single Comic-Con going.
Is he?
Every single one, even like the tiny ones. He's normally there.
Good on him.
Yeah, fair play.
He's making his money.
So our friend Kyle as well. He nearly got a picture with him. we went to Sheffield Comic-Con back end of last year, and he was just like there on his own, Sylvester McCoy. I was like, Kyle, go get a picture with him. Go get a picture with him. So I was like, he's all on his own. And then to the point where I feel like I was almost guilt tripping Kyle to do it. So he didn't go in the end, but
Kyle,
I'll try again at this one.
Exactly, yeah. We've got David Bradley. We've got the Phelps brothers.
They play the twins, Fred and George from Harry Potter.
Fred and George, that's correct. So
I think Ginny's there as well.
Ginny is there, yeah.
So there's quite a lot of Harry Potter cast going, which again...
Will Mellor, randomly.
Yeah, random.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like Will Mellor. Mark Addy.
I like Mark Addy as well. He's done some quality stuff.
Absolute Obviously, hero.
Most people probably know Game of Thrones, but or the Full Monty.
Oh, yeah.
But I always loved him in A Knight's Tale.
He was banging in that. God, that film is so good.
What a film that is. That is a proper Sunday afternoon feel-good film, innit?
Hold up on that. I want to bring that to an episode.
Yeah?
I want us to watch that. I want us to do like a feel-good Sunday episode.
Yeah.
Where we just bring films like that.
Sounds good.
That's going to be a wicked episode. Yeah. Fucking sound. So any ideas, guys, for feel-good Sunday films, send them to us. I think that'd be a banging episode. And the last one for me the one I'm tempted to go see, Ken Shamrock is going to be there.
Oh, shit, yeah.
The world's most dangerous man. So he was a hardcore he was hardcore champion in WWF when it was WWF. He then went on to UFC.
Yeah.
Early days of UFC. I just fucking love him as a fighter. So I was a big UFC fan early UFC days.
Right.
And I've just come off it. Maybe over the last 7 years, I've just paid less and less and less attention to the point where I pay none now. But I loved early days UFC. So when back in Shamrock's day, loved him as a kid as a wrestler because he was always out in them he was always in karate trousers, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Did he have was it him that had the bamboo stick as well, or was that?
No, that was. Oh shit! He was the one that he had baggy.
Was that not Shamrock?
I don't think that was Shamrock.
Wasn't. Shamrock wore really fucking small shorts, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember who think that. I know what you mean though.
Who was it that had the kendo stick? I'm going to Google that later.
Yeah,
that's really going to piss me off.
I can picture him. Didn't he have short black hair and a goatee?
He did.
And he had the white straps on his.
He did, yeah.
On his wrists,
Anyone interested in listening to this will be shouting at us now, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's not coming up.
Can't think. So that's going to be fun. I've got that I randomly got tickets to. I'm also 2 weekends after that in May. Oh no, it's not. It's before that in April. I'm going to a spoken word poetry event.
Oh,
at the Lincoln Performing Arts Centre. So this woman, I couldn't tell you her name. I know that she does a lot of feminist spoken word poetry. And as you can tell, probably not my choice for tickets.
Right.
But do you know when someone says, would you come see this with me? And it's like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
One, you want to go, so okay, cool. I don't want you to not go because you've got no one to go with. But two, that'd be random as shit.
Yeah, and you might have a quality day.
Yeah, I'll probably be the only bloke there.
You never know.
But you don't know. But I think it'd be quite interesting. Again, spoken word poetry, not something I'd go out my way to listen to or to whatever. But apparently, I'm not sure, but I've just seen some stuff of her on TikTok. So I don't know whether she sort of made it through TikTok or whatever.
Possibly.
But that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So life's all about trying new things.
It is indeed. And then the weekend after that, the important one, my friend, is Sammy Boy's 24-hour game-a-thon.
Oh, yes. I'm very excited for this.
Already mentioned this, so I'm going to, over the next few episodes, just push it a little bit more because it is for charity at the end of the day. One, we had a ridiculous amount of fun last year doing it.
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, it was your thing, but I had a great time.
I would have been fucked without you, mate. I think that was the moment that my friendship with you grew because I was like, you had my back. when I was flagging, mate, you came back on at 9 a.m. when I wanted to die.
Yeah,
and you was like, let's get on Rocket League, and I was like, thank you, Ryan. I need you. And we just fucking smashed Rocket League. We made loads of money for charity.
Oh, you made so much money. It was insane. It was great. So impressive.
So 28th of April, it's a Friday. I tend to do it. So I do it from 2 p.m. till 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. till 3 p.m. just because, it'll start off quiet. People will start leaving work. People can get involved. People can stay up late with me, with it being a Friday night. And again, even if you're not, I understand we're in a shit time for money. Even if you don't want to come and give us a load of money, bang us a quid.
Yeah.
And watch us.
Yeah.
And just watch us have fun. Like, you and me have been speaking a lot today about games that we could play. And
yeah, because last time, what games did you play last time?
So I played Guardians of the Galaxy was quite new out.
Yeah, I remember that,
at the very beginning, I played a couple of hours of that.
Yeah, because that's single player, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I then can't remember what I moved on to now. I think we might have gone over to Gears then.
We had a massive session on Gears in the evening, so we got a lot of us on, didn't we? There was
yeah.
There was a full squad, wasn't there? So it was like 5 of us. I want to say, I can't remember exactly who, like Max, Liam, Rich, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we played that till quite late. We played a hell of a lot of Rocket League.
A lot of Rocket League, yeah.
Because I think we were just really getting into Rocket League at that stage. It was kind of new for us.
It was, because there is on my Facebook page, and I might even share it. I'll share it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it's the highlights of last year's Rocket League, of last year's Gameathon. And God, I mean, we're not amazing at Rocket League, but like, I was excited for doing a front flip back then. Like, my God, it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Watching it back. So I'll share that. You can watch the highlight reel. It's a few minutes of just what we got up to. I did a little bit of Among Us early hours in the morning.
Yes.
I played Manhunter, which is this random game where you just like eating sharks.
Okay.
Another game where you're walking around, it's called Kill It With Fire, and you're just trying to find spiders in a house.
Right.
That made me feel itchy, so I had to turn that off.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so I didn't really play a lot of games last time, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Well, no, because 24 hours, I mean, to you, it would have been a long time, a hell of a long time. But in reality, when you actually break it down in terms of gaming, it's not that long. Because if you think, all right, we'll go on Gears, we'll jump on it at 6 in the evening, we could easily play that till 12, 1, 2 in the morning. So you think, well, that's a third of your time gone straight away.
But when you think, a weekend session on COD for us is about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was normally jump on about 8 till 12. Some of the long times, if none of us are up or we're having a couple of drinks, we might even go to, we have gone to 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, of course. So there'll be a lot of COD. We'll do Rocket League. We'll do Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's, I suppose you want, depending on how many people can get involved as well, you want those social games, I guess, as well.
So we'll get on that. We're also looking for ideas for me and Ryan to maybe start a 2-player campaign or more if we can. So any campaign games that you guys think would be fun to watch. I really want us to do Dead Rising.
Yes.
I really love Dead Rising.
Yeah.
In fact, we might be able to do it because obviously I'm streaming from the PC.
Yeah.
If I can buy it on the PC, I can just lend you my copy on the Xbox.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
And then we could maybe do a bit, because that's just so funny.
Yeah, that'd be quality.
So
that'd be a good laugh.
Yeah, any ideas you guys have for games to play, it's just going to be fun. And the best thing about it is, what I noticed with a lot of people watching, they were just dipping in and out.
Yeah.
They'd have it on in the background while they were doing whatever, and they'd just comment, and the comments was really good fun last time.
Yes.
Halfway through, I got a Skype from My Little Learning. She donated £4 of her pocket money.
Yeah, which is so cute.
And then Chunk from the Utopia Project, his daughter called in and she donated a couple of quid from her pocket money. It was fucking adorable.
That is cute.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So please get involved with us. And Rich Twiner, if you're listening, we haven't told you yet, but I'm busy on the 28th. So our friend Rich, he listens to the podcast, good friend from work. He has been trying to set us up with, he's got like a cinema room, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Cinema room with 3D films and gaming and VR.
He's got VR headset,
he's got everything. And we're desperately trying to get around there to just have such a chilled evening with us. But we're also fucking busy all the time.
I know, yeah.
He's got kids, and then when he's like pushing it out towards, we're busy as hell. So that is I want to do that purely for podcast content.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's going to be amazing to hang out with Rich, but the stories we're going to have coming out of that, this is great. You've got to try this.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. Like, I've had to go on his like the VR headsets he's brought into work a couple of times on like some of the well-being days and that. So much fun. They're so interactive.
Definitely. Did you play on VR Super Hot? Or have you ever played it non-VR?
Which one's that?
So it's a bit of a recommendation then from me, I suppose. This game I fucking love. Super Hot. All it is, the VR's outstanding, but everything's in mega slow motion.
Right.
And you can look around, but as soon as you move your body,
is this where like the bullets sort of stuff come, and you have to like dodge, and the slower you go.
Yeah, so you've got to stay slow. So you've got to figure out by looking around. There's a knife. I can flick that at that guy who's going to drop a gun. I'll grab his gun, shoot that guy.
Yes.
And you've got to figure it all out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I have had to go on that.
All the people are just like just white, like mannequin looking things. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's if any, I mean, it's a shooter game, but if anything, it's more of a puzzle game because as you're looking around and everything's really slow motion, you're like, right, how am I going to do this? And you're looking down, you're looking behind you. Shit, there's nothing near me bar an ashtray.
Yeah.
Who am I going to lob that at? Which one's going to shoot at me first? And it's fucking. So imagine that. I played that originally on console. It was not even Game Pass. It was Xbox Gold, one of them games.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
So I was like, fuck, this game's really good. And then when Rich brought his VR in, I saw he had Super Hot for that. I was like, shit. So all of a sudden, you are moving and doing oh my God. And he was doing like 20-minute slots.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember I couldn't get past level 2. And it's like, Sam, your time's up. I was like, no, it's not, Rich. It can't be. I've not got past level 2. Leave me.
Yeah.
Just fucking lobbing shit at people like,
it's so much fun.
It's great,
so
isn't it?
much
So
fun.
what did you play on the VR?
Played that. I did play that one. I've played House of the Dead, I think it was. The zombie one, which is cool. It's got Resident Evil 4 on there.
Has it? What
not the brand new remake, but just standard like Resident Evil 4, because obviously that was the first Resident Evil game where you could actually aim your gun. So that'd be so cool to play on there. Time Splitters, I think I played. So it's difficult. So again, I've done it at work, so it's where you got like a 20-minute slot. So
I played the Walking Dead game on it.
Yeah,
that's pretty intense. And Beat Sabers is cool. It's fucking hard though.
Right. Okay.
Like obviously, I follow a couple of like streamers that just play Beat Saber.
Yeah.
And they play it on expert. I don't know how anybody has that coordination.
Right.
I like to think I've got rhythm and I've got a bit of coordination through playing guitar. I can play a tiny bit of drums.
Yeah.
Just
of course.
standard 4/4s that I've learned. Fuck me, I'm all over the place. Like as soon as my arm goes, I'm just falling over.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on? But it's so much fun to try.
Yeah, of course. That's it. We a few of my friends, we went down to London last year for my mate's stag do, and one of the things we did was we did a VR, like one of the VR actual like sites that you go to, and it was like a zombie one. So it was one of them where they give you like an actual like plastic but like replica gun. And you go into this big it's a big squared off room, and you've got the headsets on, but there's no wires or anything, so you can literally just wander around, and you've got this gun that when you fire, it like has the motion, so it vibrates and it feels like you're actually firing.
Amazing.
So there's five of you go in, and it's just like different zombie levels. So the first one, you just plonked in. It's so weird because you can see each other in this virtual world.
Yeah, of course, because it figures out.
Yeah, like the whole room's like censored basically.
Yeah.
And you can pick which different gun you want. So if you've got like a shotgun or a sniper or a machine gun, so the gun actually fires differently. To reload it, you have to flick the switch on the gun, like an actual magazine release to put it in. It was insane. So you just wander around and you're in this like abandoned building. And it's so weird because obviously there's doorways you can walk through and windows. So to look at you, you're actually like probably creeping around this doorway, but there's nothing there in the actual room.
Course, yeah.
But you are fully immersed in that. And then zombies are breaking down the doors and you have to hold off. And then, you do that level and they take you to a different place where you're defending a street. And it was unreal. It was so cool.
Is something like that expensive?
No, I don't think so. Not for the day.
I've done VR in the past, like these places, but it wasn't really like that. It was more of a standstill and.
Yeah, no, this was a proper immersive. Like you are in there. They've got one in Nottingham.
Have they?
Yeah, they have.
We should go.
It's a different company, but we should definitely go. And they do like a zombie one as well, so it'll be very similar. So if we get a group of us to do that, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I love VR. My first, I think I've definitely mentioned it to you, but my first experience on real VR was playing Resi 7.
Oh, God.
Which in itself,
my God.
I've never got out the house on the standard game because I'm that scared.
It's a terrifying game.
I remember playing that when I lived with my friend Aaron, and I had to wait until like him or his wife was in bed, and like I couldn't do it if it was dark and I could hear shit down. It genuinely scared me.
Yeah.
So doing that was the first date with Bobby's mum.
Really?
She went, "Oh, there's a gaming bar, so it's at Aikido.
Yeah.
There's a gaming bar. Do you want to go try it?" I went, "Yeah, that'd be really nice." Anyway, she taught me into putting this thing on. How the fuck she had a kid with me? It's beyond me. I was like, I'm so scared.
Oh, it's awful. It's such a terrifying game. I've still never completed it.
No, I haven't.
I played, I don't think I ever got out of the house. And then again, I went round Kyle's house because I was like, should we play Resident Evil? And then like, because I need company. And then we would like, do a little bit and then give each other the controller. Like, this is only a few years ago. Like, it's your turn. And then like, I don't want to. I've just done it. Like, so it's a great game, but I'm a wuss when it comes to like proper scary games.
We were playing Resi 5 at one point. We never got very far in that, did we?
I know. That's not that scary though, is it?
No,
That's very
it's
much
not.
like a action.
Banging game though.
Yeah. And the fact that it's 2-player co-op is incredible. We should get back on that.
We should, because I spent money on that. I very rarely spend money on games.
Yeah.
And we went out our way to buy them.
I think we
bought
it because I think that was back when I was on my Resident Evil binge. Must have been last summer or something, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a co-op campaign we can get onto.
There is a co-op. Yeah. Do I have? I don't think I have that for here, but I doubt it's expensive.
Yeah, we'll
because
figure it out.
I'd have to get it on the Xbox app, not Steam. Sorry, because it won't cross play, will it?
Yeah.
So I've got anything I do, I've got to make sure either cross play or I get it on the Xbox app.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I've just noticed, my friend, we are 40 minutes in and we've not eaten anything.
Oh my God! You know what? I was flagging. I was feeling a bit weak.
And I got us a little something for this week.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Seeing as it's been a whole week and a bit since we've heard Drew, should we get him to play us a little jingle?
I have missed him.
A little jingly wingly. Drew, sing us in, baby.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
Drew. I've missed him. I've missed his little voice. I've not spoke to him a lot, actually.
He's been busy, hasn't he? He's been packing and moving and grooving. And...
Moving and grooving, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Drew, we miss you, mate.
Yeah.
We miss you. Get yourself set up so we can have some gaming sessions again.
Definitely.
Right. Little snack of the week, my friend.
Go on.
Now, I bought 2 packs because, as I've mentioned before, we're going to keep doing giveaways. We're always going to do mystery boxes because I love them. So anytime I see something cool, I'm like, I'll buy it and put it in the mystery box.
Buy that for my wife or my sister.
Anyone related to you.
Yeah.
So I bought a packet of these for the box and I bought a packet of these for this week. Problem is, I know you're not a big gummy fan. Gummy sweet.
Not normally my go-to.
But fuck you, basically, was my thinking. Because I love the look of these.
Oh, nice. What are they? Oh my God.
I got a fucking Pokemon gummy bears.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you something. Open them up, mate. They genuinely look, because I bought a packet for Litlin as well. And she fucking loved them. Like the little gummies look like the characters.
Oh shit, yeah.
Like, oh fucking hell, they're everywhere.
Oh, that's a little Pikachu head.
Hold on, that's shit. Oh, these ones aren't very good. So I bought fizzy ones as well.
Right.
And they were the characters. Whereas this is just like a little energy thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to eat this little Pikachu head.
I've already smashed it in my face.
Yeah, you've already...
I've already gone,
You
mate.
hadn't even finished speaking, it was gone.
That was a natural reaction. Yeah. I have a gummy in my hand, it has to go in my throat. What do you reckon?
Masticate. That's quite nice, actually.
So these are Pokemon Doos by Lutty.
Right, you need to figure out what each Pokemon is. That looks like a Bulbasaur
That
face.
is a Bulbasaur.
We'll try Bulbasaur.
So these, my friend, are made in France and they're gluten-free.
Nice.
So, Kyle, you can have some.
Oh, yeah, but are they vegan? Because gelatin.
Yeah, they won't be, will they?
Fuck you, Kyle.
We got a little red Pokeball.
Oh, and a little brown Pokeball.
Is that see, when I saw that colour, I assumed it was Eevee.
No, that's definitely a Pokeball, look. Or is it?
It's a Pokeball.
Yeah, it's a Pokeball.
I want a little Pikachu. Give me Pikachu. They're all right, aren't they?
He's quite nice. Very Moorish.
So the fizzy ones are the better ones because each one is a character. and they look fucking banging.
These are a little bit of a blur.
Yeah.
What was the blue one?
It's just like an energy symbol.
Yeah. Oh, right.
But like the little Charmanders in the other pack. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Who was your favourite Pokemon growing up?
Oh, that's a great question. I liked...
Are you okay, mate?
Sorry, I just nearly died.
This is why he doesn't like gummy sweets.
They don't like me. Sorry about that. What was the question?
Favourite Pokemon growing up?
Oh, yes. I really liked Arcanine. He was like the big dog, wasn't he? Like the big fire dog.
Now,
Because I kind of wanted one.
Arcanine, was he an evolved version?
Of Growlithe.
Growlithe, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I liked him. Who else did I like?
Because you got your standards, obviously. Everyone loved Charizard.
Everyone loved Charizard,
Everyone
even though
loved
he was a
Pikachu.
douche, wasn't he?
He was a
an
dickhead,
absolute
yeah.
dickhead.
But I love things like, I love Drowsy. See,
Yeah.
I like my psychic Pokemon. I do.
Oh, okay.
So
And like,
Hypno and fucking, mind you, I was a bit of a fan of Team Rocket because I thought
Yeah.
I had a little crush on the redhead.
did you?
What was her name?
Team Rocket. So it was Jesse, James,
James.
and Meowth.
That was it. So I really like coughing and wheezing. I
Yes.
thought they were cool as shit. What was the snake?
Ekans.
Ekans. Yeah, I really liked him because I was like, yeah, go on, fuck him up, you sexy little redhead.
Yeah, they always got their ass kicked. Did you not fancy Misty?
Misty, I did like Misty, yeah, but she was a bit cute, wasn't she? And,
Yeah.
and let's be honest, everyone's got a soft spot for Togepi, haven't they?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Cute.
They're cute, yeah.
Togepi.
And I think that's what takes it away. Like, she had the cute side of her, star you, star me, that sort of thing.
Yeah, she did.
But yet the redhead, dirty,
Jessie.
mate. Dirty.
Dirty.
She'll fuck you up.
Filth.
Yeah.
Filth. Yeah, I get that. There's some great Pokemon,
There was some
wasn't there?
bangers, wasn't there?
That was just a quality time of life, wasn't it?
It really was. And this is the thing. So, my little one obviously knows what Pikachu is and she understands what Pokemon is, but I cannot get her to watch fucking Indigo League with me.
Yeah.
I've tried her so many times
That's a shame.
and she just loses. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's 5, she's going to lose interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried her on Clone Wars, I've tried her on this, but I just wanted to get stuck into it. But the problem is, I forget I'm 34. And at this age, I can sit there and watch 9 hours of telly
Yeah.
and not move.
Yeah,
Whereas for a kid, it's like half an episode and they want to get up and do something else. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
stay.
Pay attention. Look at the character development.
At the moment, he's only fighting Weedles and Caterpie. Just you wait.
Oh, I really like Butterfree, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any reason behind the Butterfree or?
I think he was really loyal to Ash, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
I was really sad because he sets him free and he flies off with a female Butterfree.
He does, yeah.
And that was always sad. I was like, come back.
Yeah, see, they were really cute together. But when you find a pack of Bulbasaurs, mate, they're little wankers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like when they meet them pack, yeah, they look cute, but the pack of them, they'll fight.
They will fight.
They are not scared. Onyx, mate, he was a boy.
Fucking
Brock had an Onyx, didn't he?
yeah, that's insane, isn't it?
Like, you're massive stone worm.
Yeah.
That's what you are, massive stone. Beat me. I'm a fucking stone worm. I'm what?
I feel like he didn't do that well, though.
No, but still, he
I
was
feel
a
like he
massive
always got
stone worm.
always got his ass kicked, but I could be totally wrong. I'm just maybe imagine it. You know what used to freak me out? The ones that used to terrify me?
Go on.
Gyarados.
Gyarados, what was a
They were
Gyarados?
the big underwater,
Yes.
snake dragon things.
Now, are they the ones
like
that
almost like a Chinese dragon, like water dragon?
Magikarp turned into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had a shit Magikarp that did nothing, and then
Literally
eventually
did
when
nothing.
it did evolve, it turned into them, and they were fucking terrible. The idea of anything under the ocean freaks me out anyway. You know, like
Yeah.
massive things. You know, like a bit like like in Sea Beast.
Yeah.
The film where it goes underwater and then it's just that shadow and it's just fucking huge and then the eyes look, oh mate, freaks me out. Like
Really?
the idea of giant whales like under, oh no, can't be dealing with
That's
that.
so weird. So the other day, like randomly flicking through Facebook, someone shared, I think it might have been a uni lad, and it was like, so it was one of these like Unreal Engine type things that someone had made. So it
Yeah.
looked really realistic. And it was what a megalodon attack would actually look like.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god, it was terrifying. I don't give a
Oh.
shit about stuff like, because I don't like the water. I don't go in the water because
Yeah.
I don't go in the water. It doesn't scare me because I won't be put in that position.
Yeah, okay.
So, oh God, even I was like,
God.
it's like taking down a fucking ship in one breath, in one mouth.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
There was a viral video from ages ago. I think it's been proven to be fake. But anyway, so I think it's like a guy with a GoPro and he jumps off like a cliff. I think it's in Australia. And he jumps off a cliff into the water and plunges down. And as soon as like the bubbles clear, there's a massive great white in front of him. And oh my God, it's done so well though that it looks so real.
Yeah.
It's obviously just merged two videos together, but that just freaks me out. The idea of just jumping into water and you're face to face with a fucking shark or a whale. No way.
No.
I'm out. I'm going into the Resident Evil 7 house rather than that, mate.
Do you reckon you could punch a shark?
No. Do you know how, like, if you're underwater, if you try and punch, that's going really slow.
I don't know. I'm hard as nails, mate. Even me.
Even you.
Fuck, that's saying something.
That is saying something.
Right. When we finish recording this, I'm going to go fill the sink up and I'm going to punch the water.
All right.
And see
Do
what
it
happens.
now. Do it now. Do it now.
No, the people are listening.
I'll record it.
Can you imagine if I broke my wrist punching a bowl of water? Thing is, I probably would.
Yeah, if we had a few drinks, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I went, mentioned earlier that I went bowling with Max and a few people.
Yeah.
And my bowling skills are like averagely okay.
Right.
So I don't have the best aim,
Yeah.
but I can bowl fast.
Nice.
So I get myself a nice little 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And the balls are straight. It's just getting it on target that I'm not the best at.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, I'm not one of the, I don't need a fucking, I'll never miss a pin, but I'm just not the best. And because I never go bowling, the next day, mate, my fucking wrist, and also I do like the leg flick, you know, like when you go
I do
down,
the
and
leg flick, yeah.
fucking the inside of my right thigh and my right wrist was hurting that much, and I was like, I can't tell anyone about this. We went bowling, I was using an 8, which is basically a kid's ball. I woke up the next day in so much pain.
And now you've announced it on the podcast.
I mean, beep. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Don't worry.
yeah. Edit that bit out. Yeah, it's fine.
Have you been watching? We may as well talk about this because I really want to. Have you been watching The Mandalorian?
I haven't watched the latest episode, so episode 4 I've not watched yet.
I watched it last night. I'm enjoying it very much.
Right.
The fucking timings are all over the place.
Episode length, you mean?
Yeah. Episode 2, I can't remember what episode 1 was. Episode 2 was 42 minutes.
Episode 1 was like 33 minutes, I think.
33. Episode 2 was 42. Episode 3 was 59. Episode 4, 32.
It's so weird.
What is going on?
I don't know. I'm going to be controversial here.
Go for it.
I don't think it's that good.
Not enjoying it?
No, I think it's got some great moments, don't get me wrong. I mean, Mando's a character we've grown to love and Grogu as well. But it's kind of all over the place. And I think the timings are a big factor of that. It's really hard to get into. Like the first episode was just done in half an hour. It's like we've been reintroduced to the characters, and then there was a little shootout in the that little town or whatever, which was quite a cool bit. But then it's sort of like, all right, I'm off now, I'm off to Mandalore. And then episode 2 was when they go to Mandalore, wasn't it? That bit. And then episode 3 had that weird storyline that was just scientists. Just like I was talking to Drew about it when that episode came out, and he was like, it just feels like it's been crowbarred in. And I totally agree with that. I was like, it just didn't fit. So they just sort of like bookended that episode with 2, don't get me wrong, really, really cool, 2 really. No, the first bit was really cool to start with. It was like the ship fight, like
with the TIE fighters.
With the TIE fighters. That was awesome. And then you had that weird storyline, and then it just sort of went back to Mando, and it's a bit like, I don't know, it feels a mess. That's what it feels like. It feels a mess. And you know what? Maybe Pedro Pascal was not as great as we thought.
You lying little shit.
Last of Us plateaued, didn't it?
It was a nothing.
It just sort of ended. It was just a bit like, didn't hit the lofty heights of the first few episodes, did it? Everyone's going on about how great Pedro is.
Okay,
not me. I was very neutral.
Are you going on record right now? Everyone, listen up. Are you going on record right now saying Pedro Pascal is overrated?
I love Pedro Pascal.
I love it so much. He's got the best mustache.
His best role still is Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, though.
Oh God, yeah. 100%.
Where's my sticker? Where's my Pedro sticker? I left it here.
Right, so again, something else I bought for you lovely listeners to put in our giveaway box. So it's a massive meme at the minute where it's like Nicolas Cage looking over from the unbearable weight of massive talent.
It's in the
And
car,
he's
isn't it?
just looking angry.
He's like angry because they're both high on drugs. Like, like,
and it goes to Pedro with that really cheesy grin.
cheesy grin.
And they're using it for everything at the
I've
minute,
seen it
aren't they?
so many times.
Well, our good friend Jess, who prints her own stickers, she has a little company. I am going to do a bit of a thing about this on a future episode because I'd like her to get us some more stuff, basically. She's really talented. She's done us stickers of the two faces of Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal from that meme.
Oh, they're amazing.
Drew took a set, you've got a set, and I've got a set to bang in the mystery box. I also got some cool little Into the Podcast stickers.
Yeah.
So if anyone would like them, I'm sure we'll figure out a way of doing a competition to win some cool little stickers of you and me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, boy. I think we look quite sexy in our stickers.
We always look sexy.
Of course we do.
Sometimes.
So
From afar.
Oh, fuck, we're talking about Mando. I was like, how do we get onto this? Yeah, I don't know. I see where you're coming from. So I'm quite enjoying the storyline of like Bo-Katan not really following the Kree or, following the way of the Mandalore.
Yeah.
And her acceptance within Mandalore since she saved Mando.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know what you mean. So far, it's not hitting what the other seasons hit.
No, it hasn't.
Episode 3 was very weird. Quite enjoyed the story. So obviously, like, big touch on Order 66, the Clone Army, Clone Wars. Like, he could be, I'm assuming potentially he's the guy that starts the clones off, right?
No, because that's got to be the wrong timeline.
So what timeline are we in at the minute?
Because he's on about the Empire, isn't he? Because that was pre-Empire.
Oh, shit, of course it was, yeah.
So he's...
So why the fuck is everyone like, cloning's real when they've already had the fucking Clone Wars then?
I don't know. I think he's on about the potential of it. He's the guy, though, that wanted Grogu, wasn't he, in season 1?
Yeah, in season 1. But I'm not
part of me thinks that
understanding the clone thing.
I think, was he going to go on about the... I don't know what he's on about initially. That's what I mean. It's a bit what?
I mean, someone will probably be like, it's not hard. Here's the timeline, but I'm quite confused with it at this stage.
I think he... I don't know where... my interpretation is that he wants to... Is he going to clone Grogu? Is that why he wanted Grogu? Because Grogu's really powerful. He's going to clone him.
I assume so. That was the idea, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, he's way past the clones.
Oh, of course they are, because fucking idiot. There's the scene where Grogu has the memory of the Order, and he gets put into the elevator.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, shit, that's the episode coming up. Have you not seen that episode yet?
No.
Anyway, so yeah.
But we know... Oh, we have seen that bits like that before, haven't we?
I can't remember if I'm honest.
I don't know.
But basically, it's not. By the way, I haven't ruined anything there.
Ruined it.
It just has a flashback.
Not watch it.
It just has a flashback of the Order happening. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I ain't got a clue then.
Exactly.
In my head, that's what was going on. But
sort it out, Jon Favreau.
Yeah. What has he ever done? That's good.
Like,
didn't he do a really good film about wine called Sideways?
He was average in Friends.
He was he got beaten up in the UFC ring.
Yeah.
That's about it, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Next. Stop talking about this shit.
Jon Favreau.
You fucking useless prick. I'm sorry, I love you, Jon Favreau.
Pretty good show, though, generally.
Oh, yeah, genuinely. And not only that, he made sweet love to Aunt May.
He did.
Yeah, he did. And she...
And you want to make sweet love to Aunt May.
She is a lovely looking aunt. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, as far as ants go.
As far as ants go, lovely looking aunt. So, I need to change the subject because she's so fair. I wanted to bring this up because you have not shut the fuck up about it, really. We've got a group chat for our Magic the Gathering buddies.
We have.
From the moment I taught you all how to play, we started this group chat and I've not played with you since.
Yeah, well...
you've played plenty, apparently.
I played a lot.
Not with some, though. Don't get invited to any of your little games, do I?
Well, I'm sure I send you messages.
Nope.
Letters?
Carrier pigeon? Well, before I get into this, who did you teach to play Magic the Gathering recently?
So I sent a picture on Friday night of me and Claire playing with my parents, playing Magic the Gathering.
I've never been more jealous in my entire life because I fucking love your parents.
Yeah.
They're so cool, and I never get to play Magic, and I love playing Magic, and it was all just scrambled into one amazing picture.
It was cool. Yeah, so I played a couple of games with my dad, I think before Christmas, and then I knew he'd be into it because he's massive into fantasy. He loves his gaming, like he does war gaming and stuff. So I knew straight away that'd be his jam.
Mm-hmm.
So we got him a deck for Christmas, a commander deck.
Oh, did you? What did you go for?
Or was it for his birthday? No, I got it for his birthday. So he wanted like an elven one. So it's like it's a black-green elven deck.
Oh, yes, boy.
Really cool.
You know I love my elven decks.
Yeah. So he's been desperate to play for that with that for a while, and you know I've played a lot of Commander, but it's only me and Claire playing it. And, you know, Commander's designed for like 4 players, really.
Yeah, of course.
And it's totally different when you're playing 1v1 because you can just go all out at one player, whereas it's much more tactical when there's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So we went round, planned to do it on Friday, so we went round for some food. And we said to my mum's not played it. And a lot of the time she's like, nah, I'm not that fussed. Do you know what I mean? Don't get involved. They'll just do her own thing. I was like, but we're all having like a couple of drinks. I was like, why? I'll teach you how to play it because I've still got those starter decks that you got for us, which are great to learn on.
Oh, they are, yeah.
So Claire and my dad had a couple of games while I taught my mum to play it, and then we had like a proper game of Commander, all 4 of us. And it takes a long time. It's a long game, innit?
Oh,
Especially with 4 of you, it takes a long time. And obviously, still learning as we go. Because even though I've played quite a bit recently, I've only been playing since Christmas. And so many times, like even I don't know what that means. I have to like Google it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the last time I played Christmas.
Yeah. So we'll have to sort something out. I can get some games in. But no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So my dad was the first player eliminated. It was getting quite late, to be fair. So it was a case of as soon as one person's out, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And it was getting quite late, and it's like, right, let's just gang up on my dad and get him knocked out.
Exactly what you did to me, you piece of shit.
Yeah. But it's really good fun. My dad was quick to bitch about his deck. It's like, I've got no flyers, I've got no reach. It's like, which is annoying if you can't do that.
So
it's
annoying.
So shit. But a lot of these decks, they're great decks, but you can improve them, can't you?
Yeah,
like the idea is that you need to play with them, and you know what works, what doesn't work, and then you can tinker with them and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, most of my decks are just, I'm not good at building decks, but all my decks are built.
Yeah.
And I've got a white deck that is literally just flyers. It's so annoying. I've got no good cards in there, but they're all flyers.
They're all flyers.
It normally wins for me.
Yeah. So it's
even though they're all like
pain in the arse.
2/2s before you've got enough mana to get anything out. I'm like,
yeah.
I've taken off all your life because all mine fly. The reason I brought that up is because the picture you sent me, your dad is like leant over the table looking at his deck. He's like really inspecting the cards. Like he looks like a Magic player.
Yeah.
Your mum has the cards really close to her face. Like, just look at them, and she looks like the most adorable person I've seen. She's wearing this jumper, this like woolly jumper that just says "smile" on it in like big colourful letters. And she just sat around, and a bunch of people are like, "Kill this elf!"
I know, yeah.
She
And it was
just
so
looks
funny
sweet.
because she took to it straight away, actually, because it's quite a complicated game when you first get into it, because it's a bit overwhelming.
Big time.
But she quickly got into it, and it was just so funny seeing her just attack my dad, and then my dad was like, "What the hell?" Like as if he's like the experienced, like super experienced Magic player. So it was so funny. It was really good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great game, isn't it, Magic?
Like
you don't need to be into like fantasy and stuff to appreciate that. It's just a fun. It's just a fun card game, regardless.
Now, I've spoke to a few people that when they find out I'm like a nerd and I bring up Magic the Gathering, they always kind of go, "Oh, I always wanted to do that." The same way when I wasn't into nerdy shit, I always wanted to try D&D.
Yes.
It's like one thing. It's kind of like I think everyone just has a bit, even if it's just the cards look great.
Oh, the artwork's
amazing.
Beautiful. Like you can, I bet there's so many Magic and players in quotation marks that aren't actual players. They're just collectors.
Oh, absolutely.
They just buy the decks because they're amazing artwork or they're rare or whatever. And that's part of the appeal for me as well. I've got some cards in my deck that they're pretty shit, but the artwork's amazing. That looks fucking cool. So that's why I've got it.
Yeah. So the main reason for bringing this up was they are bringing out a Lord of the Rings version of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, massive Lord of the Rings crossover.
Yeah, so obviously you're massive Lord of the Rings. Most of the guys that we sort of play with. A massive Lord of the Rings. So the group chat at the minute is just people putting up different pictures of
because they announced it I think like over a year ago, that like before we were even into Magic, and they said, oh, we're going to do a big Lord of the Rings crossover, because they do it with quite a lot of other big franchises. They've done it with Dungeons and Dragons, they've done it with Warhammer 40k. I think they're doing like a Doctor Who one as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like they get all these big franchises and mix it, and it's so cool. So the Lord of the Rings one's been announced for a while, but now they're starting the building up to the release, which I think is mid to end June. I want to say June 23rd when it all gets released. So they're starting to like reveal a few bits, like, you know, a few like sneak previews of some cards and stuff, including, I was saying to you earlier, they have announced that they are releasing a one of a kind unique card, which is the One Ring.
Just one.
It's just one. So there's lots of there will be the One Ring and different versions like you get in normal Magic cards, where it'll just be like a standard card or a foil card, or they have different rarities, don't they?
Yeah.
But there's one, it's like a serialized one of one. It's all the writing is in like the black speech, so like what's actually around the ring, it's all on there. It's foil. It's got like obviously the serial number on it. They're only making one in the entire world. And I saw an article that's saying it's going to be in a random pack as well. It's going to be like the bloody golden ticket from Willy Wonka.
That as soon as you told me, I was like, that is Willy Wonka style.
That is literally what it is. It's going to be a random pack somewhere. They've said it'll be in an English-speaking country, because it's like, that's where they'll be releasing it. And estimates already that if someone finds that, it'll be going between $250, but more likely up to $1 million.
It's mad,
if you were to sell it.
Fucking madness.
Unreal. Like, you just can't comprehend that.
That would have cost them pennies to make.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. You could find that and be a millionaire.
Yeah. Insane.
One card. I mean, obviously, I'd just use it because it'd be a good card. So I'll have it in my deck.
Yeah, I'd just use it as like,
I wouldn't bother putting it in like fucking. I don't like using card sleeves and stuff. So
I'd want it out. I want everyone to see it. So I'd probably just like rest me like coffee on it or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if it's foil.
Yeah,
it would stop coffee rings on your table, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
So another thing that they've announced as well, which I think is absolutely amazing. So they've shown the card for Aragorn.
For Aragorn, yeah.
And he is black.
He is black.
So I saw this really cool video the other day of this black guy sort of, as soon as they announced it, and it's so nice that he's just in tears.
Yeah,
he's like
he said
a massive
this to me
nerd,
earlier.
Big into huge into Lord of the Rings, and he's like, my favourite character, there is a black version of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was such a heartfelt like video.
I
It was
totally
so
get
nice.
that's so nice to see as well, because normally like you just get the fucking scummy racist response, and I hate that. Like, obviously Lord of the Rings has come into fire and a bit recently, like anything of a certain age that's not very diverse. And in Lord of the Rings, there's not a single character of any colour.
No, I don't know.
Literally, they're all white. And, you know, obviously it's based on Tolkien, who wrote it. You know, it's an old book. It's, you know, and I've seen some people now, again, people look at things with modern eyes, don't they? And they go, oh, was Tolkien actually a racist? And it's like, I don't think so. I just think he was he was just a product of his time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say, the era, yeah.
I don't even think he probably writes specifically like, oh, this guy was white and this guy was, you know, black or anything like that. But again, someone will probably correct me. But so the fact that it's a fantasy world,
yeah,
you know, we've seen the fucking utter scumbag response to the Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings TV show. So as soon as they announced it, like, oh, they've got like a dwarf character that's black or an elf that's black, everyone was just fucking being the amount of toxic racist comments that I saw.
Really? That bad?
Oh, it was horrendous, mate, honestly. And it just put me off straight away. I mean, I'm not a massive lover of the show anyway. It had some moments. Overall, I think it was all right. It was all right. But the diversity was probably one of the best things about it.
Yeah.
So that's so refreshing that actually, you know, you've seen like a nice response to that, because there's no reason why. Why is it in a fucking world of goblins and orcs and dragons and fucking magic, the least believable part about it is that some people might have black skin?
It's mad, isn't it?
Fucking mental, mate. Honestly.
Weird that you bring up Ring of Power. I randomly this is not something that comes out my mouth a lot.
Yeah.
I randomly mentioned Lenny Henry today. Just randomly said his name.
Yeah. Just walking along and just hey up, Lenny Henry.
I can't remember what context was. Somebody said something in the office and went, "Oh, I really like Lenny Henry."
Right.
And he went, "Oh, obviously Lord of the Rings." And I was like, "What?" Because he was in Ring of Power.
Yeah.
I was like, "Was he?"
Yeah,
what the fuck?
He plays one of the half-foot characters. Yeah.
That is mad because obviously we all know him from rubbing his meat. Let's be honest. That's why I love Lenny Henry, because he rubs his meat and tells us about it in amazing gifs. But no, I did not know that, because I'll be honest with you, I watched a couple of episodes and I'm like, I will get around to finishing it. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. Now I know he's in it, I will watch it.
Yeah.
Fucking Lenny Henry.
Yeah, he's quite a cool character in it as well.
Yeah, I wonder at what point Lenny Henry thought, Lord of the Rings, that's where I'm going next.
Yeah. It's the next logical step for my career.
Yeah, exactly. I've done enough cooking.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm super excited for the Lord of the Rings crossover of Magic. Obviously, Magic is my new love and one of my new obsessions, whereas Lord of the Rings has been it's top of my everything in it. So the fact that crossover,
new and old together,
combining to rid me of all my money.
You ain't got any anyway, so the little bit you do have,
it's going on Magic cards.
I know. We best fucking if I go out and buy Lord of the Rings Magic cards,
we best find that one ring.
Well, that and I best get fucking invites to play.
Yeah, pigeon mail.
I'm texting your mum.
All right, yeah.
Your mum's inviting me around. Even if you don't, you know she'll invite me around.
Oh, she will, definitely. 100%. Yeah.
You bastard.
Oh, no.
So, Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, we're literally just fucking spitfiring here, aren't we?
Yeah, we just...
we had loads of stuff earlier that was just kind of like, what should we do today? I was like, should we just chat shit?
Do you know what we should do? We should eat the last 2 Pokemon.
Oh, which one do you want?
Well, I've already handled the Pikachu.
All right, well, I'll handle the Pokeball.
That's it. We devoured that entire packet.
It's gone. Smashed it.
They were good, that. Got to eat them all.
Okay, I would like to bring something up, Ryan.
Go on.
I did it.
What did you do?
Some people have milestones in their life that they just want to get past because it's going to be huge for them.
Yeah.
Some people, it might be passing the driving test. For you, it might be finding the one ring.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
No way.
Yes, mate.
Finally found an English version of it.
Found it, watched it, dog shit.
It had some potential.
It was just as bad as I expected it to be. Oh, God, it was amazing.
What, really?
No.
Oh, no.
It's an hour and 20 long. And the idea is Christopher Robin goes back to 100 Acre Woods.
Yeah.
I think he goes off to be a doctor or something, goes to uni. Comes back with his girlfriend. And it's like really horrible and dark and shitty. And they go to the house where he used to live. And he's like, Pooh, Piglet. And his partner finds this picture and is like, is this supposed to be you, Chris? And he's like, why would they draw this? And then Winnie the Pooh walks in, who is an obese, a big fat lumberjack guy wearing just like a lumberjack shirt and dungarees.
Right.
Goes to sleep. They both hide for what's about 9 hours because then it's dark. Then they run away. Piglet is like a warthog, like this massive fat warthog that walks around with chains around his neck and a sledgehammer.
Right.
And from there on out, it's just gore porn.
Okay.
So they kill this woman. Then it skips to this. It skips this group of females. They've gone to this cottage right by 100 Acre Woods because the main character, the main female's been getting stalked by some blokes. So they're all going to go away. They're going to put the phones away and have a nice girly weekend together.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. The worst acting I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. The worst acting I've ever seen. And even up to this point, I was like, I wonder where this is going to go. So it's bad acting. We've seen quite a bit of gore in the first murder, Fairs.
Yeah.
Is it going to be gore porn? Is it just going to be a shit story? What's it going to do? Then it happens. So they all go to the house. They're like, oh, I can't wait for fucking Casey to get here or some shit. One of the girl mates.
Yeah.
The girl mate, it skips to her. Guys, I can't find where you are. Ring me back. But they haven't got the phones because they're having a phone-free weekend. I don't know. I'm in 100 Acre Woods. Where are you? Pooh finds a mate.
Oh, does he?
Pooh chases a mate.
Right.
And she's like, oh shit, there's a fucking workshop. I'm going to hide in here. So she hides. Pooh walks in. Pooh walks out. She stands up. He grabs her. In one grab, He holds the back of a head,
Yeah.
rips a t-shirt off, tits out. And I was like, that's the film. That's what we're having. So in this, we're going to see tits and a lot of gore. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all you'd want, surely.
If you're going to watch such shit horror, I mean, like I used to joke on the old podcast, like it was just gore and tits.
Yeah.
Like what films do you watch? Sam, I watch gore and tits.
Gore and
That's
tits.
bad of a horror film. You know there's going to be boobies, and you know someone's going to get their face ripped off. That's what this film was.
Yeah.
With Winnie the Pooh and Pickler.
Oh my God. What a ridiculous film.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Will I watch it again, Ryan?
Will you?
Oh, I'll buy it. I'm going to buy it on 3D. I want to feel.
Watch that Riches on his 3D player.
I want to feel like Pooh's after me.
Oh, really?
Is what I want to feel. Yeah. God, there's some fucking deaths in it, mate. You see one girl who is like, obviously, all these nerdy girls go to a cottage, and there's one. This one is probably the worst actress as well.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to get on Instagram and put. So obviously, there's a lot of her in a bikini.
Yeah.
Wobbly boobs everywhere, and taking pictures of herself. So they run her head over with a car. And just stop the car wheel on her head.
Oh, okay.
Just things pop out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
That sounds bloody and
honey.
honey-y.
Yeah. Oh, and there's also really, at the end, there's this really random point as well where 3 guys call him a nonce and try to beat him up because the girls get away and he's like, oh my God, you're a fucking nonce. So they all go after him. Think, yeah, that's right. That's what he is. He's a fucking walking bear, weird looking bear. Like, maybe he's a monster. Maybe don't just try hit him with a crowbar thinking he's a sexual predator or something.
Right.
So they knock fuck out of him. And
Yeah.
then Pooh's like, my turn, bitch. And he keeps doing.
Please just tell me he actually says.
No, he doesn't talk. And then he starts karate chopping with these really, like, it looks like a latex hand. You can see the creases of bad cosplay. And he just starts really badly karate chopping people, but his hand has turned into like a sword. So things are just falling off, like limbs are falling off.
Right, yeah.
He's slitting people's throats.
Yeah.
And then one runs away, Pooh clicks his fingers, and bees kill him. Since when could Winnie the Pooh do that? I mean, I understand the honey thing, but...
Oh, God. Controller of bees. Just think, though, all those bees will have died killing that guy.
Well, yeah, exactly. The stings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw, Pooh didn't care.
What bastard.
Pooh is a bastard.
Who's going to make his honey if he's killing all the bees? Or getting the bees to kill other people and then killing themselves?
He doesn't realise how much we need them bees.
Yeah.
He's a little fucker, mate.
What a jerk.
So, yeah, I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
That sounds great. Can we watch it next weekend?
Yes. Yes, we can. So next weekend, we may as well talk about it because I know you've got something you want to chat about. Next weekend, we're going to record the podcast early. We're going to record it about 9 a.m.
Deja vu.
So that's probably not going to happen. And then in the afternoon for a couple of hours, we are going to a sausage and cider festival.
Yes.
So we have a couple of hours there. Then we're going to come back and not get as drunk as last time because I have my daughter.
We're all
and I
very
don't
bad.
want to be hungover. And we're just going to come back here, play some magic, watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and just have an all-round nice boys' night, aren't we?
Yeah, have a little spoon.
We're having a spoon, thinking about watching some old wrestling.
Oh my God, can we?
Yeah.
Can we play,
yeah.
Can we play Royal Rumble drinking game?
Yes, we can.
Oh, fantastic.
It's going to be a banging night, that though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be quality.
Because as much as like boys, lads out on the piss, no, let's go to this sausage and cider festival.
Yeah.
Have a jar of cider, have some sausages,
Some sausage.
have some sausoir. I mean, a vegan and a pescatarian coming to a sausage festival. It's still don't worry about
there's
it.
got to be some falafel there, probably.
There's got to be something.
Some tofu sausage.
They've got to, haven't they?
Yeah.
There'll be something for you. There'll be fuck off, Kyle.
There's never anything for Kylie. Gluten-free and vegan. No one's catering that.
No, exactly. So we'll be on water
Or grass.
or grass. Yeah, again.
Again. And I imagine they'll serve beer.
Oh, they
because,
are.
you know, like when you go to a beer festival,
Yeah.
they always have cider.
Yeah. It did say that there's a craft beer tent as well.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's like
We're spot
music
on.
and shit playing.
Hey, it's going to be a quality day.
Yeah,
Let's
it's-
hope for some nice weather. Or is it inside?
So it's inside, but there's always like a bit of an outside bit as well.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be good. It's only a little 5-hour slot as well, 12 till 5.
Perfect.
Back here. So yeah, no lads on the piss afterwards.
No.
I know normally we go to strip bar and that, don't we? Drinking jars of Stella.
spit and
Chuddy.
chuddy.
Did you ever call it chuddy at school?
Yeah.
What a disgusting word
Not
that
a lot,
is.
though. We used to call it spidge.
What the fuck is a spidge?
Spidge.
Giz a spidge.
Gives a spidge.
Really?
Yeah, gives a spidge.
I would think spidge would be like a
I've only just
cigarette.
remembered that from like, I just went into automatic like 14-year-old me. Gives a spidge.
Is that a regional thing?
I've no idea. It must be. I've never heard it since.
I've never heard the word spidge in my
Spidge.
entire life. Chuddy, yeah.
Yeah, chuddy, not really. I know what a chuddy is, but I don't think we ever used to say chuddy. Spidge.
Why would you when you got spidge?
Why would you? He's a spidge, pal.
See, if someone said spidge to me, I'd give him a cigarette. I would think spidge would be.
Spidge.
It just sounds like a fact.
Because you're spidgy.
Is that what it is? Your mastication is a spidge.
I'm not actually chewing anything. I'm just trying to imitate spidge.
That sounds more chuddy than spidge.
Oh, does it? Do you think?
Yeah.
I feel like chuddy would be heavier. Like a hubba bubba. That's chuddy, innit?
Oh, that is. Oh God, that is. That shit was thick.
Thick, wasn't it? That's chuddy.
Can you remember? Yeah, that is chuddy. Remember when they brought out Hubba Bubba and it had the liquid middle?
Oh shit! Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like. Oh God, they were so good.
Oh man, that's just gone through me actually. It's a bit sour. They had sour ones, didn't they?
They did have sour ones, yeah. I don't think, as a 34-year-old man who eats a lot of Pokemon sweets and smokes, has the teeth power for the teeth power for Hubba Bubba these days. I feel
Hubba
my
Bubba.
teeth might fall out
Yeah.
with that sort of chuddy.
Yeah, I don't really have spidge anymore.
No, I'll be honest. I broke a tooth on spidge years ago. That was
It's so soft.
Full on. It was just a piece of like Wrigley's, you know,
Right.
yeah, just like the sugar coated ones.
Yeah.
Just chew that, and my tooth literally disintegrated underneath. it.
Fucking hell.
And ever since then, I've just never spidged.
No, I would never spidge.
I love that word. I'm going to get that tattooed.
It's good, isn't it?
Gives a
It's
spidge.
just a nice word to say, isn't it? Spidge.
Chuddy.
Chuddy.
Gives a chuddy.
Gives a chuddy duck.
That is so Lincoln. That is so. Gives a chuddy up.
Here, duck. You got
Here,
any
duck.
chuddy?
Gives a chuddy and letters on your fag. Did you used to have that as well at school?
Letters on your fag.
Yeah. Did you ever never had that?
Ah,
Two's up, obviously.
two's up. Letters on.
And then letters. So letters were, you know, at the end of a fag, it'd say like Benson and Edges.
Oh, right, yeah.
That were letters.
Oh no.
So if you're going to freeze up on a fag, or if someone like comes, oh, save us letters, mate. Give us letters.
No, oh yeah, but I was never really a smoker, so I was never in that.
I mean,
I was never privy to the lingo.
No, I mean, I didn't start smoking until after school, but I did used to fuck it. I used to be the guy that sold them.
Oh, did you?
You know what I mean? I don't
the
know.
wheeling dealer.
As a smoker, I know how many fags I have in my packet at all times.
Yeah.
I don't know how my dad didn't notice full packets of fags disappearing, or unless he knew and he was just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, probably.
But my dad was very strict, and you know what I mean. Like, I got a slapped bottom for less. I mean,
Yeah.
So I'm surprised selling them for 50p.
Make a fortune.
Also,
Although now you'd have to sell them for more. I bet they're about 50p out of the pack these days.
fucking hell.
How much is it for a pack of 20?
Packed up probably about, yeah, it probably would be. It's nearly about 10 a pack, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking
50,
hell.
yeah, fucking hell. So you have to mark up on that now.
Yeah, bloody
You have
hell.
to sell it £1 a fag.
At least.
I mean, back then you might even get 20p. You know what I mean? If someone's really down, you'd be like, all right, 20p.
20p, yeah, go on then.
I used to also, my parents, years and years ago, can you remember, for the smallest time, they brought out packets of Harry Potter jelly beans? And they basically, some tasted of apple, some tasted of vomit or bogies.
Right, yeah.
And my dad and mum, they must have been out of date because they come home with a case of them, about 700 packets. And I used to take packets to school and I used to like give them out to get the cool kids to do shit for me.
What kind of shit?
It'd just be like, he's looking at me funny, go tell him to fuck off.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, your little trouble causer, you.
Yeah, here's a packet of fucking Harry Potter beans.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they go
yeah.
off and they're like, stop looking at my mate. So yeah, so I was gang
Or for
leader.
the vomit-flavoured
Or
beans.
for the vomit flavoured bean. It was shit. It was so
Awful,
bad. What are we talking about? Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah. Blood and honey.
So we've watched that.
So how many how many Winnie the Pooh characters were in that film?
Two.
Christopher Robin, though.
Oh, 3, yeah, Christopher Robin was in it.
So no
I thought we'd get an Eeyore.
Eeyore.
I thought we'd
He's
have an
probably
Eeyore.
the most. Or Tigger.
No Tigger.
Or what are the others? Roo?
Roo was one.
What's the bunny called? Bunny?
Maybe. Yeah, what is the bunny called?
What's the owl called?
Fucking hell. You're testing my knowledge here. I have a kid and I don't know.
Is that all of them?
It must be.
What was is Roo the little kangaroo?
Roo was a little one.
What was the Momo one?
Kanga.
I feel like it was.
Actually,
I don't know.
It must be.
It makes sense, Kanga and Roo.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing, isn't it? That Winnie the Pooh, the whole story is about Is it about depression?
I've seen that
It was
again. Like,
something like
someone's done like another article or like
Yeah.
a fucking study or whatever, and it's all they all represent different things, or they're all different mental health.
That's it, mental health.
So
that's
like
it.
Eeyore's depression,
is
Tigger's like ADHD or something.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah.
It fits well. Even if it's not true, it fits well.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Let's move on to Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Fucking love Nicolas Cage, right? Honestly. This has been, for me, this last couple of weeks, it's been the second coming of Nicolas Cage.
It's weird. We did the Nicolas Cage episode not that long ago.
We need to do it again, right? I have so many updates.
Tell me.
Right. I've got a list. I've been on a Nicolas Cage binge.
Is this since the last episode?
Since in the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, I'll show you. I've got a little list here. I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going from memory as well, so I might have forgot some. 7 Nicolas Cage films that I'd never seen before, as well as rewatching loads that I have seen. So when I was hungover on Sunday, Claire and I had the best day. We had a lazy Sunday, and we watched The Holy Trinity all in a day. The Rock.
Hold on. The Rock. Gone in 60 seconds.
No.
You see, it's not his best film, but I'd put that in. If I was going to go for a Trinity, I'd stick that in there.
It's Holy Trinity of action films.
Oh, of action films. Okay. Oh, fucking else. What we got?
And they all came out one after the other.
Did they?
Yeah.
Go on, tell me.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Con Air.
Yeah.
And Face Off.
Face Off. That, yeah, I wouldn't have thought of Face Off for some reason. That is a fucking
What a day. Fucking hell. Honestly, you forget how good they are as well. Like, The Rock was always one of my favourites.
Love it, yeah.
Face Off I've only seen a couple of times. I wouldn't put it in the same bracket as them. Still classic, you know, because they take each other's face off. In case you didn't know the story of Face Off, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, they take each other's faces off in Face Off.
But then they actually put each other's faces...
They swap faces.
And put them on.
Yeah, so they take a face off and then face on.
Yeah.
And become each other. And it's called Face Off. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's great. Anyway.
I would really want to see where else you go with that.
That's it. That's the film. Great action. Some ridiculous one-liners.
Oh, God, of course.
So The Rock's always been one of my favourites, right?
Yeah, love it.
And I still think it's the best one out of the 3. But Nicolas Cage as Cameron Poe, with his hair, he's fucking shredded as well. You never think of Nicolas Cage as like an action hero, do you? Because he's always a bit nerdy, a bit weird, a bit quirky. But he's fucking cool. That is just a film full of one-liners. It's brilliant. All 3 of them are on Disney Plus.
No.
Yes.
Fuck. That's a reason to have Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Like, watch those 3 films.
Yeah, no, I will.
They are incredible.
When we get back from Sausage and Cider.
Oh, God, yeah.
We've got so much to do that night.
So much to do. We'll probably just not do any.
Yeah, probably, yeah. We'll go out on the piss.
So I'm just going to read some of the films that are the films that I've watched.
And I'll tell you if I've seen them or not.
Okay, so some of them are just standard ones that I'd never seen before. So Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it all the way
Eleanor.
which was it's a proper 90s, early 2000s film, isn't it? It's very symptomatic.
Banging though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good fun. Just a good fun, like,
what I mean,
action.
just fun.
That's kind of like a Sunday afternoon film in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
I'm sorry. Did you watch both?
No, I've just watched one.
Okay.
But I watched it with Drew the night.
That's right. We spoke about it, didn't we?
Yeah. So that was it's just stupid. I enjoyed it more because me and Drew were watching it together. So you just have a laugh with someone.
Yeah.
So that was just funny. I watched the only one of these that I would say is terrible was one called Vengeance, a Love Story.
Oh, never heard of it.
No, it's just one of random ones. It was just on I think it was on Prime.
Yeah.
And he plays it's one of his, I don't know, in the last sort of 6-7 years he did it. He plays a policeman and this woman gets like gang raped and a daughter sees it. So it's quite dark.
Yeah.
It's basically like a vengeance story. So then like this gang, they know who the gang rapers are. Nicolas Cage is the policeman that arrests them and it goes to court and they all get off, like, and then he goes on like a rampage and kills them.
Okay. Good idea for a story.
Yeah.
Done 1,000 times.
Oh my God, right. So I had it on IMDb whilst I was watching it. because it's one of them, it doesn't fully hold your attention, so you're kind of on your phone.
Yeah.
And I saw one of the user reviews, and he was like, this guy still sticks with me now. He's like, I have never studied film before, but I've studied law for 42 years, and this film pissed me off so badly. And I was like, all right, here we go. It got to the court scene. Bear in mind, she knew who the gang rapists were, this woman. Yeah. The policeman says they left all evidence, every DNA evidence, everything that is there. This woman is beat the fuck up. She goes into, they make her go to court. Her face is smashed in. There's these 4 like fucking hillbilly like rapists or whatever. You know what I say? The stereotypical like in America. And it pisses me. It pissed me off, not in a good way. This. So the judge is very dismissive of the woman. He's like, oh, sit down, and dismisses her like attorney or whatever. This smarmy like New York like top of the range defense lawyer comes in. He walks in late. He's like, sorry, I'm late, judge. And the judge's like, ha ha ha, it's okay. And then just like fucking smashes off the woman. And then like Nicolas Cage is called as the first witness. And Nicolas Cage is like, oh, she's like, tell me through what happened. He's like, oh, so me and my partner, we turned up at the court scene, and the judge's like, oh, whoa, I'm going to stop you there. It's my partner and I, actually. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, are we serious?
Yeah.
This is, he's just like cringing. Like, this is just so shit. Like, I'm not expecting realism, but a little bit of like credibility. Like this woman that when they call the victim up to be the witness, she's obviously got these massive shades on because her face is all fucking bruised and battered.
Yeah.
And he's like, take the sunglasses off. It's not that bright in here. And she's like, oh, well, and then, attorney goes up to her, like the fucking solicitor or whatever. She's like, oh, well, she's suffered a lot of trauma and she's like really bruised and like the light really hurts her. And he's like, I don't care. And it's like, this is the fucking judge. And you're
yeah.
Come off it. Anyway, like this fucking New York lawyer spins his story. And then at the end of the courtroom scene, all the crowd, he's like, these guys are innocent. And all like the fucking people that are watching it, the audience or whatever, they all get up and start cheering. They're like, ah, woo! And like, you fucking literally just all cheering these so obvious like gang rapists. I'm like, what the fuck? It wasn't good. Don't watch it. It would pissed me off. Something rotten, honestly.
Side tangent there then quick. Obviously what you're saying, that guy's like, I've studied law for 42 years. Like that in itself, we haven't got to study law to know that'd annoy us.
Oh yeah.
But it's really weird that you say that because I recently watched Luther.
The new film.
Have you seen it?
Not yet.
So in it, Luther goes to jail.
Right, okay.
We've worked in jails. We've walked them landings.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrendous.
Oh, God.
Do you know when you're just like, you haven't have had to walk the landings of a prison to understand this is fucking dog shit.
Stupid, absolute
it's so
fucking
horrendous.
Bollocks.
And they're just like running that, like, the Mufti squad comes down in the fucking with all the riot gear on and that. But like, there's just prisoners everywhere trying to batter the door down. They're just like, excuse me.
Yeah.
So we need to go in here so we can beat up Luther. And just like,
God.
For fuck off.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, carry on with that.
Right. Yeah. So that was the only one that I watched that I was like, this is pretty shit. I watched City of Angels for the first time. Never seen it before.
I'd give up forever to touch you.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Beautiful. And again, this shows the genius of Nicolas Cage because I've just gone from watching like cheesy action films or some of his stupid ones where he's a superhero to him as an angel. And I'm like, I wish Nicolas Cage was looking over my shoulder. He's just like this beautiful man. He's just the way he looks at Meg Ryan, those beautiful eyes. I was like, fucking hell.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is looking over your shoulder.
Oh, fucking hope so.
He's looking over all our shoulders.
Seth.
Saint Nick.
Saint Nick. Honestly. But that was quite it's quite a nice film, isn't it?
It's like a lovely film,
it's like a beautiful little film. But again, I am going on record. We've said this before, but Nicolas Cage is one of the greatest actors of all time.
He's ace.
His like variety and versatility. He can go from like a proper romance film like that to some of the fucking most mental films that I've ever seen, which I will come on to because I've got two that I'm going to finish with. But
also, I'm still not bored of this song, and I'm a huge Goo Goo Dolls fan.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them. Countless times. Oh god, I've seen them countless times. Johnny Reisnick, the singer, arsehole.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're one of those bands that we met. Robbie, the bassist, cool as shit.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is he just walks around with no shoes on and he just talks about like his V-dub van and like, it's just cool. Johnny Rising, it was an arsehole.
That's a
But
shame.
the dude can sing.
Yeah, he can.
I fucking love him.
So American?
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely love him. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm still not bored of Iris.
Yeah,
I'm still not bored of it. I still think it's a banging song.
It is absolute quality.
In fact, I'm sorry, the best song ever written.
Wow.
I'm putting it out there.
Wow.
Iris is the greatest song ever written.
Wow.
So I'm still not bored of it. So the fact that this was for City of Angels as well.
Yeah.
Banging.
Quality.
Great choice.
Yeah, so I'm trying to tick off all his like absolute classics because he's done so many films, like 10 films or something. And I'd watched surprisingly few to say we'd done the Nicolas Cage episode. I also watched Leaving Las Vegas, which is...
Never seen that.
No, it's the first time I'd watched it. So this is the one where he actually won the Oscar for Best Actor.
Right, okay.
And it was like mid-90s. So he plays an alcoholic. He's like an alcoholic screenwriter. And he moves to Las Vegas and like falls in love with this prostitute who's played by Elizabeth Shue.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever seen her in first season of The Boys. She plays the head of...
Vought. Really? That's her?
Yeah. She was fucking ace in it as well. I think she got nominated for Best Actress.
Is she the one that he drinks her tit milk?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is quite a gritty film where he moves to Las Vegas, meets her, but the whole reason he's moved to Las Vegas is because he's trying to drink himself to death. That's the whole premise. Like the whole film is him just like on this constant binge for weeks, and she's like a prostitute, so she's in a bit of like she's in a dark place, and it's like these two like lost souls sort of meet each other. And again, you think, fucking hell, people take the piss out of Nicolas Cage because he's become like a parody of himself.
Oh, of course he has.
But the dude can fucking act.
Yeah.
And I was fully believing like this guy's like an alcoholic that's like literally his body is breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a heavy film. Really good though. So I definitely recommend that.
Yeah,
if you can give it a watch.
I do need to watch
It's not like an easygoing film, but if you want, I mean, he won his Oscar for that. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
The big two I want to talk about though, the
Let's
quality ones.
Go.
Have you seen Mandy?
Pause. Yes. I remember, so I used to get Total Film magazine.
Right.
I remember when they gave a glimpse of what's to come with Mandy.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, dude, like, have you seen this that's coming out? Anyway, couldn't fucking wait. The day it came out, I rented it. It was like 10 or whatever streaming site it was.
Yeah.
And fuck me, what a film. And bear in mind, this is like completely like neon, weird cult.
It's very like it's almost like European art house type like vibes. You know, like that's a sort of like he lives in the woods with his missus, and there's loads of shots where it's just like it's almost like mystical, isn't it? And like nothing's happening. It's like music playing in the background, and like the forest is all red and like crimson, and they've got like King Crimson playing like music, and it's very like almost like psychedelic, isn't it?
Very psychedelic film, yeah.
And you're a bit like sometimes those films really work. Other times I feel like they're just very pretentious.
Yep.
Whereas this one was not
at all. So I was a bit worried because I loved, and I mean loved, this film. I couldn't tell enough people about this film.
Yeah.
I then got the Total Film magazine when this came out. Critics fucking loved this film.
Yeah.
And I was so happy because when it comes to a Nicolas Cage film, something like this that is so out there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is literally about a cult.
Yeah. So it's almost like I don't want to give spoilers away because people need to watch this, and I am plugging this film people to watch it.
Absolutely.
I paid to buy it on Prime because I knew I knew straight away this is going to be a film for me. So I don't think it's on any stream services, but it was like a $5 to buy. He lives in the woods with his missus, and then a cult comes through, which are very like Charles Manson-esque. They're set in like, is it set in like the 60s or 70s?
It might be. Like I say, it's very psychedelic. So.
Yeah, and it's like in the woods, and then they go after his missus, and then it's a. But
the cult leader eyeballs her and is like, I'm having you.
I want her. Like, go to his people, go get them, and then like summon some fucking like
demons,
like demon bikers to go like kidnap her and stuff. And then Nicolas Cage has to like his character has to try and like, again, it's a little bit like a vengeance story, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything more than that. But there's some fucking shocking moments in this film.
Shocking moment, and the biggest moment, which most people probably would have seen, would be the bathroom scene.
Yes, yeah,
That is Nick Cage going.
that's the epitome of going full Nick Cage.
Full Nick Cage.
Yeah,
That's
that is.
it.
And
I've searched for that T-shirt, by the way.
have you?
Yeah, that tiger shirt, the black and orange. Tiger
Oh shit!
shirt.
Yeah. That is a cool T-shirt. Yeah, that's that. And it was just dark. It was gritty. It's a fucking mad film. It's proper psychedelic. It's not going to be to everyone's taste, but what a film! And I know I say it's my favorite word, but it is brutal.
It is brutal. In fact, if anything, out of anything we've discussed today, any recommendation from me, and I'm assuming from you right now, Mandy, if you haven't seen Mandy, get Mandy watched, because it might not be to your taste, but I think you'll see where we're coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can view this two ways. It's either silly Nicolas Cage horror,
over the top sort of
horror, maybe, but it's really not.
I don't think it is, because it's quite dark. It's got a lot of horrific things.
Even if you're to view it as an over the top horror, Nicolas Cage horror, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
If you're to see it through them eyes.
Yeah,
it's still
exactly.
enjoyable.
There's some mental moments in it. There's some mad moments. I also want to watch it again.
Oh god, yeah.
And it's one of them that I paid to buy it. I think it was like I said, like a $5, and I'm so glad I did, because I will rewatch this film time and time again.
Absolutely.
I read as well, actually, that I think Elijah Wood is one of the producers on this film, and that at the time everyone raves about Nicolas Cage, and they were going to try and put a campaign to get him nominated for an Oscar
for this film. Really?
He got disqualified because it went straight to video or something.
That's right. Yeah, it didn't have it's got to have so long at the cinema.
It's got to have so long at the cinema, but it went straight to. It did have a cinema release, but at the same time, it went onto like streaming sites as well. So he was disqualified. But that's annoying, because it's one of his more recent ones, isn't it? I say recent again, probably like 2017, 2018. I was
going to say 4 or 5 years old.
I would say that's part of that. What's really kicked off Nicolas Cage's re-emergence as like a proper leading man, like to be taken seriously. It's almost like his renaissance, isn't it, in a lot of ways? Like he did that. He's done a few other mad films, and people are sort of taking note again, which has led to like Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
which again in itself is a great film, but a piss take of itself.
Yeah, but it works really well.
Yeah.
And like he's doing these sort of like indie offbeat films that weird and wonderful. Some of them work really well, like this. Others don't.
Yeah,
but this is one. Oh, you've got to check it out.
Yeah.
It is intense. It's an intense film.
In a way, it's kind of going down the Daniel Radcliffe route, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Fun indie films. Some of them, don't get me wrong, I've seen some really good Daniel Radcliffe films, like The Jungle, but then like Swiss Army Man, Guns Akimbo.
Yeah,
them types of films.
Yeah.
He's kind of going down that route. These films are fucking banging.
That's it. And another actor that's done that is Elijah Wood.
Oh yeah,
I just mentioned it, but another one springs to mind. Obviously, he did Lord of the Rings, and he was like a child actor, a bit like Daniel Radcliffe, and he's gone, "No, fuck it, I just want to do cool indie films now. I want to do things that like interest me." And he's done some mad stuff.
Have you seen the horror film where he plays a rapist murderer, but it's all done from POV?
No.
Oh, it's fucking. I'll have to fight. So he meets this girl. He owns like a mannequin shop,
right?
And everything is from his eyes. So the only time you see him is if he looks in a mirror. And basically, he's killing women to make like a mother suit.
Right.
Like
fucking hell, that sounds fucked up.
It's weird as fuck. I watched it on nights.
Right. Oh
and
god.
It just randomly came on like Phil 4 at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And what's the song? What's that really weird song from Silence of the Lambs? Is it Crazy Horses, Dark Horses?
Oh yeah.
Do you know the one I mean?
Yeah.
That's in it. That features a lot in it, and that song immediately it just makes you think of Buffalo Bill, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so you're like, oh god, yeah. I'll find out what it's called. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that sounds cool. The other one I've watched, which I think we've spoken about before, Willy's Wonderland.
Pause. Yes. I fucking love this film.
Oh my god, what a film! Again, it's a ridiculous film. It is basically a rip-off of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah.
Which, so for people that don't know, it is... the basic premise is Nick Cage is driving in his fucking sports car, and he drives over some spikes, in the middle of nowhere, tires burst, some guy turns up in his tow truck, he's like, I'll take you to the local town. I can fix your car, no problem. It's $1,000. He goes to pay with his card. Oh, no, we don't take card here. It's cash only. Oh, if you haven't got the cash, how do you feel about working it off? But, by the way, Nicolas Cage doesn't say one word in this entire film. So he just nods and they introduce him to this other guy who owns Willy's Wonderland.
Which is like a Chuck E. Cheese in America.
Yeah, so it's like a kid's sort of amusement restaurant type thing. The opening scene is some workers at Willy's Wonderland see the t-shirt being chased by something, and it just ends like the stereotypical shot of it cuts away, you see a TV screen or whatever, and blood just splats all over it. So something's not right at Willy's Wonderland. And this guy, the owner of Willy's Wonderland, he's like, oh well, I'm looking at reopening and it's all abandoned and locked up. He's like, if you spend the night here and clean up, ready for our grand reopening, and just you clean all night, then your car, I'll take care of your car and the bill will be sorted for you in the morning. How's that sound? Obviously, Nicolas Cage just nods, goes in, and he's just padlocked in, and he has to spend the night in Willy's Wonderland. And it is a rip-off of Five Nights at Freddy's, where you play a security guard in that, and it's a video game, and you've got to man the cameras at night, and the animatronics come to life, and you never see them move in the game, do you? But you'll cut to one camera and something will have moved and changed, and it's very much like a rip-off of that. So these animatronics on the stage, and they start moving, and he's just going around cleaning. It's just there's a whole subplot with some kids trying to destroy Willy's Wonderland because they know it's evil. I say kid, teenagers, and then they break in, so they get caught up in it all. It is a fucking mental film. What did you think of it?
I fucking love it.
Oh, me too. Thank you. It's just so good.
It is just, like you say, Nicolas Cage says nothing. This is just ridiculous fun.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's a rip-off of a video game. He is badass in it, not fazed by anything.
Oh, no, he's just not fussed. It's like
he's been through it before.
Yeah, he's just like you said, doesn't say anything. He just sort of takes everything in his stride. Everyone's losing their shit around him. And he's just cleaning because that's what he's been asked to do.
He just cleans like a badass. And then every couple of hours, his alarm on his Casio watch goes off.
Yep.
Where he goes to the break room, drinks a Red Bull and plays pinball.
Drinks this fake energy drink and plays pinball with some epic, cheesy music, and he's just dancing. None of this is explained, by the way.
But as the film goes on and the more sort of people he kills and the shit he goes through, him drinking energy drinks and playing pinball just becomes more intense. It's really weird how they do it. But
honestly, it is just a fucking bizarre film.
It's a fun horror comedy.
Horror comedy. Oh, I cannot recommend this enough. It's one of them, again, on IMDb, it's rated 5.3 or something out of 10. Everyone's like, it's fucking shit, it's blah, blah. It's like, what are you expecting?
Exactly.
It's Nicolas Cage saying nothing, cleaning a kid's restaurant whilst the animatronics try and kill him.
Exactly.
You're not, oh my God, that pisses me off. We've said this before, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
But it is so much fun. It's on Prime at the moment.
So is it on there for free?
Yeah, it's for free at the moment.
Yes,
so get it, watch. I just want to rewatch it again. The songs are brilliant. The songs, and the little animatronics they sing. Oh, what? It's just a fucking mad film as well. You need to see it. It's something totally different, weird and wonderful. Nick Cage at his fucking best.
And again, this is one of those films that, although we didn't want to spoil Mandy with sort of what happens, we can't really spoil it. I mean, we could tell you the ending, which we won't, but that much happens and it's that much fun that just go and experience it.
Yeah, just experience it.
We could tell you certain scenes, but it doesn't matter. It's just mental.
Exactly. And it's so bizarre. What a film now. And so I've been on this mad Nick Cage journey, and I feel like I'm trying uncovering the mystery, because I know we did the Nick Cage episode before and I'd seen a lot of his classics and we did our own top fives. There'd be my top five now would be so different. So different. I just don't know. Yeah, Mandy, Willy's Wonderland, they're two incredible films that I've just watched.
I'm so glad you've got around to watching both of them. I mean, Mandy for me is...
Was that in your top five anyway?
I think it was, yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, but...
amazing. So I'm just going to give a quick one that I watched recently because it was so random.
Go on.
And then we'll call it quits. So I watched a film called Case 39. Have you ever heard of it?
It does sound familiar, actually.
So it's like a horror, mystery, thriller type thing. So I banged it on because it was under horror.
Yeah.
And it's very strange. So it's very... devil takes over type thing of there's something not right with this kid because the devil's got it, like that type of film.
Right.
But listen to this cast list for that type of horror film. Renee Zellweger.
Right.
Ian McShane.
Nice.
Bradley Cooper.
Fucking hell.
And the girl, Jadelle Ferland. So she played the little girl in not the Resident Evil games, the other ones. Silent Hill.
Oh, right, yeah.
Have you seen the Silent Hill films?
I have, yeah.
So she plays the little girl in that.
Okay, yeah.
The
first one's actually really good, Silent Hill.
I love them films.
There's two, isn't there?
I'll tell you why I love them films, because they're creepy.
They are creepy.
You don't watch them for anything else, or then they're just it's a creepy experience.
because Silent Hill is a creepy game. I've only played little bits of it, but
I feel
like they tick that box. But yeah, anyway, go on.
Who else did it have in it? It had Adrian Lester. Now, when I looked into Adrian Lester, he's been into a few. Did you ever watch Hustle when you were younger? It was about a bunch of people that used to hustle people out of money.
No, I didn't.
It was so... I used to watch that so much as like a young teenager.
Yeah.
And he played one of the main guys in that. He was in like Day After Tomorrow, Doomsday, stuff like that. If I ever show you a picture of him, you'll definitely know him.
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah.
So it's just like a proper all-star cast. It's 2009 for this random ghosty devil type horror film.
Right.
It was all right. It's got like 6.2 on IMDb. It was all right for what it was for that type of film. It follows the standard steps and plots of that type of film. But yeah, you know my feelings on Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah, you love him.
Yeah, a lot of feelings about Bradley Cooper. And it was just such a weird sort of experience to sit there and because it was such a B movie-esque film to see all these big actors. And again, 2009, so before Bradley Cooper was huge. But like to see Ian McShane playing this random fucking cop in it who kind of believes her, but then kind of doesn't and kind of do it. It's just, it's on Netflix. Not a major recommendation for myself, but it was just, I don't know, it was just good to see Bradley Cooper in a horror film.
Yeah, nice.
And then I watched another one last night called Things Heard and Seen. This was another fucking uni lad. People are passing out at this film. People are telling you not to watch it. People are telling you this, that, and the other. And every time I see that, I'm just like, oh, will you just fuck off? Because that is not what it's going to be. So Things Heard and Not Seen, it was 2021. And it is, I can never remember her name, Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, yeah.
James Norton and Natalia Dyer. So Natalia Dyer plays Will Byers' sister in Stranger Things.
You got a picture of her?
Yeah. Obviously you've seen Stranger Things.
What's she called? What's her character called? Oh,
it's
shit.
Will's sister. Yeah.
Yeah, Nancy? Is it Nancy?
It is Nancy. Yeah. And it's got her in it. And it's basically, I was like, okay, well, Amanda Seyfried, her, maybe quite a big film. It was like if you ordered Amityville Horror on Wish.
Oh, God, okay.
It's just, it was like 2 hours, 10 minutes as well.
It's a long film,
it was
especially for a horror.
It was dog shit.
Yeah.
And they tried to make it really artsy because, like, he's a professor and he loves art. And, like, the ending, they try and turn into a painting. It's just fucking dog shit, man.
Yeah,
it was so bad. So avoid that. Avoid that like the plague. And instead of watching that, go watch fucking Willy's Wonderland.
Watch Willy's Wonderland.
Do it.
End of.
I've got nothing else to say about
End of episode.
So bearing in mind this was supposed to be just a quick hour episode because we wanted to give you something, we've been nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, it does surprise us. We've not really spoke for a couple of weeks, and everything we've watched or done, we've been saving it up, and we made a list just before we started, and we've barely scratched half it off.
Scratched it. It's so weird. So when Ryan first got a blessing, brought me McDonald's round, and we're just prepping, and every time he said something, I went, save it. Save it.
I know.
Save it for
Don't
the
say
episode.
that.
And I've realised that it's just got to the point where we can't talk to each other.
I know, yeah, we're not allowed to.
But it's been that long that we had so much to catch up on.
Yeah.
That hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Completely different to how we normally do things.
We just wanted to chat, didn't we?
Chat
just
shit.
Catch up.
We didn't need to do any top fives or
and we didn't get a chance to get the Eliminator out because this was just like an ad hoc episode we've thrown in just to get one out this week.
Exactly. So next week we will be putting that out. We didn't want to bang it in there and not let you guys have your say.
Yeah.
Especially with now we're in the sort of quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So the Eliminator next week is going to be the Avengers versus Guardians of the Galaxy. A big one. We will
Very tough one.
We'll get the promos out and the polls for that 24 hours before we record. So that'll probably be on Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll get them out to you guys and we can do it. next week, I think we're going to go for a standard episode. We're going to bang a few top fives. I've got a little game in there
Sweet.
that I've been saving for a few weeks. It's going to be quite a fun one, actually, next week. I'm looking forward to it.
We can always have a couple of beers in preparation for our sausage and cider.
I'm not going to lie to you, 9 o'clock, a 9 a.m. beer sounds great. I love a 9 a.m. beer.
Don't deny if I said beer, you wouldn't be like, yeah, right.
No, I'm not even joking.
Oh.
When you know you're drinking in the day and someone offers you a 9 a.m. beer and you're like, well, we may as well.
Because
we're going to be drinking a couple of hours anyway.
Exactly.
And we're doing this, so one or two won't hurt.
What's a few hours?
Exactly. Saying that, we'll be having them at 6 a.m. Wake up, beer for breakfast.
Yeah.
Fucking mouthwash.
Oh.
So, yeah, thank you everyone for, being supportive and understanding that is a couple of days late. So it'll be Wednesday morning when I bang this out. Any parting thoughts, Rai?
Bradley Cooper is really good in things, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah, he is actually, yeah. A hornet comes out of his nose in this film.
Wow.
Peace.